Mass Debaters is performed in front of a live social media audience. We are a mature podcast to talk about mature things. This is definitely not kid friendly. We warned you. Anything that we say about anything is our own personal opinions, not the opinions of anyone else. Any clips we use is not ours. We're just borrowing for the show. Thank you and have a nice day. Hello. Welcome to Mash Debaters Presents Brackets. My name is DeAndre Robinson, and I told y'all to watch our eardrums. I did. I know someone was like this, and I know that shit was loud.
I'm doing my kid.
So these are my friends. I'm gonna introduce y'all and just tell everybody your podcast and shameless plug everything. Freddie, go ahead.
I am the Bastard of Brackets here. My name is Freddie. I host a show called Bracket Bastards where we do brackets, oddly enough, which is kind of weird that it took me so long to get on this show. We have a bracket of 32, 64, or 128 or more and banter our way down to a winner. Just like this show, it is not safe for work, nor is it minivan friendly, depending on how cool you are to your kids. Or cruel. I don't know, one of those. But go ahead and check it out. It's a lot of fun.
AC.
So, I am the host of An Evening at the Movies. We basically, every episode we pick one movie. We deep dive into the movie. We discuss the details, thoughts and opinions, memories, whatever the case may be. As well as we're starting to venture into, we are currently wrapping up our very first ever tournament on the show as well. My co-host as well is Amanda, and we have lots of fun. And if you love movies as much as we do, check it out. It's a good time.
And Harvey.
Okay. Hi, I'm Harvey. You've seen me before. I am the host of Men Are the Prize, the podcast. I am a co-host on Love is Black, the podcast. I am a founding member of that other podcast that Freddie guy was talking about called Bracket Bastards. We talk the fun, we talk the stuff, and don't play this in your minivan or anywhere where there's going to be kids around because we don't care about your kids. I don't care if you got kids. Fuck them kids. Fuck your kids. We talking about fun stuff, whatever. And I can say that because I have 4 kids. So I say that from experience. And I mean this from my soul. F each and every one of yo damn kids. Because they're probably doing something they're not supposed to right now. But we talk about fun stuff today. Let's get to it. By the way, F your kids, just in case you wasn't.
And if you're not a parent, don't come at us.
If you come with me, I'll send one of my kids to bother you for a half hour, and you'll.
If you come correct.
Come correct.
Right.
Amanda's on you.
Right. You'll be saying it too. Hi, I am Amanda, the host of the Simplest Podcast and co-host of An Evening at the Movies. And Simplest is top 5 podcast. We top 5 of everything, music, movies, books. You want to do it, we got it on there. So check it out.
And Dwayne.
Hi, I am Dwayne Maya, a once great champion, now a study in moppishness. I don't host anything. I am just a member of the vanilla version of Mass Debaters, where we debate the most unlikely of topics. I hope if you are seeing my face that you've probably seen me before, and I hope that you are following both of our shows as well as another one that DeAndre is on called the 3 Count podcast. They talk about all kinds of cool wrestling things. I just don't know enough about wrestling to participate in that one. So I don't, because I don't feel like I have enough solid input. So I step out of that one, but I like to be here for all the rest. So good to see you guys.
Well, I don't have to do my intro because somebody already did it for me. Welcome to Master Bears presents the brackets, where we've been talking about a lot of things outside of the comedy tournament we do today, and I'll go over that a little bit later on into the show. But today is the comedy tournament. Now, we've been on Facebook and Twitter to ask you to break down each and every movie. It's 104 movies to see which one is the best. I am not going to lie to you. I'm not a big fan of the finals, but it is what it is. Listen, that's fine. Listen, I'm not a big fan of the finals. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, but we'll get to that shortly. We are going to talk about our top 5 favorite comedy movies first. And first, we're going to talk about our honorable mentions. And I'm going to go first. Just to break it down, all 5. So first honorable mention is House Party, which I love. Kid and Play, freaking amazing movie. Second, I don't think it was on here, but it is. Booty Call. Booty Call, like I said, on the black movie comedy, Booty Call is fucking hilarious. Jamie Foxx, Vivica A. Fox, Davison, like that shit is funny. I'm about to make somebody else happy. Number 3, Surf Ninjas. Surf Ninja is a class. Yes, I love surf. Fuck you. Listen, I love Surf Ninjas.
Wow.
I love that movie.
Wow.
That movie is great.
Be easy, bro.
That movie is a kid classic. All right. All right. I love Surf Ninjas. All right.
You do you, bro.
I'm saying.
Number 4 is The Wood. Another underrated black classic. And number 5 is Clerks 2. Because to me, I'm going to tell everybody that will listen, Clerks 2 is better than Clerks. I keep saying it. Yes, it is. Clerks 2 is fucking amazing. All right. All right. So, Dwayne, give me honorable mentions, all 5. Or if you have them.
So honorable mentions for me, I will just lump it into one thing, which is everything Bruce Campbell. I absolutely love the B movie. You don't really have to think. It's not intellectual comedy, but Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Bubba Hotep. Like those 4 movies, I mean, everybody should wake up at 8 a.m. On Halloween, crack a pumpkin ale because they're terrible, and watch a bunch of terrible movies. I love it.
All right.
I don't think Evil Dead is supposed to be a comedy.
But it is.
It is.
No, it's the second. Evil Dead 2 is a comedy. Evil Dead is not.
It wasn't supposed to be, but it was still hilarious.
Just like Chucky 2.
Amanda, give me your honorable mentions if you have them.
Okay, I do. And I concur with Dwayne that I like comedy you don't have to think about, but that wasn't the direction I went. So my honorable mentions are Empire Records, Can't Hardly Wait, Zoolander, Ghostbusters, and Office Space.
I am surprised Ghostbusters not in your top 5.
It was close. It was super close. I'm actually kind of regretting that decision right now, but I already said it.
All right, Freddie.
My honorable mentions, I have Mel Brooks classic, Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh, such a good movie.
Yes.
Is not on this damn list.
And I was mad about it.
Another one not on this damn list is Top Secret. Okay. And the third one not on this list is The Interview.
So the interview is iffy.
Yes.
Listen, the first 2 I was like, yeah, that probably should have been on the list. The Interview was a little bit iffy for me. I'm not gonna lie.
That is pure comedy. If you want to talk about comedy, that is pure comedy.
I laughed my ass off so hard. Give me your firework. Okay, sorry.
Casey.
Was it me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've got the Eddie Murphy classic Trading Places, Mel Brooks classic Young Frankenstein,
Yes.
movie that speaks to both mine and Amanda's heart, the Steve Martin Short, Chevy Chase classic Three Amigos. The Austin Powers, and again Mel Brooks classic Spaceballs.
Love Spaceballs. All right, Harvey. I'm interested if you have any.
Oh, definitely.
Mhm.
By the way, to anybody who does not know where I get "Son of a Motherless Goat" from, it is from Three Amigos. I love that movie.
Yes.
One of my favorites. It's hilarious. My top five. My
I have never heard you
honorable
say that.
Oh yeah, I dropped that in for
We
absolutely no
Seriously,
reason.
had to
He
do
says
a
it all the time.
We are
What'd you say?
our Three
Okay,
Amigo
bad.
episode was like 2 hours long on An Evening at the Movies. We had to break it
Oh,
into
I didn't know you did one. All right, I
Yeah.
got something to listen to. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
My honorable mentions. One of them, in no particular order, is the only Aladdin that matters is the original Robin Williams. Just like, here's a mic, do what the fuck you want. He is hilarious. He is unreal.
Any
And how
chance you
funny
get to stab on Will Smith? Huh?
No, it's not. I don't. Here's the thing. By the way, if you people didn't know, I have a deep, soul-crushing hate for Will Smith.
Will Smith, yeah.
There's
He's
episodes of
over here
podcasts
shaking
where I
Will
That's
Smith.
one
explain
way
it.
to put it.
I truly dislike the man. I'm sure he's a hell of a guy, but as an actor, no. It doesn't matter who played that part in the remake. It's not Robin. So that's all that is. 2 is another Robin Williams performance, and I think his funniest is the Birdcage.
Yes.
He is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, he's unreal. He's so amazing. Just
He
let
is
him go, and he's perfect. Next is Clue, one of my favorite movies. I introduced
Love
that.
Clue.
I showed that to my kids a little while ago. We love it. We played the board game after. It's just I love it. Ghostbusters is number 4, and I think my favorite rom-com of all time is When Harry Met Sally, which is one of the funniest freaking movies. I adore that movie.
Billy
So
Crystal.
those are I love that movie.
Billy
The best
Crystal
rom-com
plays-
ever done, ever.
Billy Crystal played the amazing part in that. Like
That's where I got the
I'm
white
not-
man's
Yeah.
overbite, you know? Yeah.
Oh, my
Is that
goodness.
the I'll have what she's having?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so now
I
we're
mean,
just
Meg
gonna
Ryan faked an orgasm like the best of them.
I'm saying. Yeah, it made me
Like
question
it
all
was
the
the
women that I
starting
thought I
scene of
pleased
a-
after watching that. I thought I was putting work in. Turns out I wasn't.
Has anybody else ever been to the Rocky Horror Picture Show live?
No.
I've never actually seen Rocky Horror.
Yeah. If
Yes,
you go
yes, I
live
have.
to the
It is
theater,
great.
That's a good time.
All
All
the
right.
toast.
So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna run down the top 5. I'm gonna call your name, give me your top 5, give me a brief reason why, and then let's go through that. So Freddie, let's go first.
I'm first on this one. All right. Number 5, Happy Gilmore. Obvious reasons. Number 4, Christmas Vacation. I have a big family, and that we are a bunch of nuts in the nut house on that one. 3, one of the best slapstick comedies ever, in Airplane. First one, not the second one. Number 2, Mel Brooks classic. One of my favorite Mel Brooks movies has got to be Spaceballs. And number 1, just for the quotability, is Super Troopers.
Okay. Amanda, for you.
So my number 5 is Spaceballs. Enough said. My number 4 is Trading Places. I grew up watching that movie. It's so freaking funny. I love Dan Aykroyd. I love Eddie Murphy. That movie's perfection. My number 3 is Super Troopers. Again, super quotable. I laugh every single time I watch it. There's no time I never laugh at that movie. My number 2 is Clue, because one of the best movies ever made. It's smart humor, and you catch something new almost every time you watch it. And my number 1 is Euro Trip. It is my go-to.
Scotty doesn't know nothing on
yes.
the doing in my
Doing
band.
it my thing every Sunday. Yeah.
Best song ever.
It's so funny and it's so relatable, and it's relatable but not. But I don't know. It's just one of my go-to movies. If I'm having a shitty day, I will always laugh if I watch Eurotrip. So
I like
there
the
you go.
punk version of "Don't Tell Scotty" way better.
Scotty doesn't know.
Don't tell Scotty. The punk version.
That is my dream karaoke song, by the way. It's on my bucket list to do. Scotty doesn't know it karaoke.
So I'm going to.
I got karaoke machine mics hooked up to the sound bar in the living room.
Oh,
You ever come
I
over?
do it at home by
Come on
myself
over.
all the time.
Darren and I will get all kinds of tuned up and sing stupid songs to the TV.
Yeah.
all right, Harvey.
Number 5 is one of my other favorite rom-coms. It's like in my top 3. It is 4 Weddings and a Funeral. I laughed myself silly watching that movie. I love those British. Their casts are always hilarious. That's why I love that in Notting Hill. They're so great. Number 4 is the only like old movie in my list, and that is Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Absolute brilliance. Brilliance. 1964. If you want to watch comedy, not that blatant, just kind of that subtle but brilliant, it's great. Number 3 is Coming to America. Enough said. Arguably the funniest thing ever put out. Number 2 and number 1 are from my probably my favorite director, gun to my head, and that is Wes Anderson. Number 2 is Rushmore. I fucking love Rushmore. I lived in New Jersey when that movie came out. I had to go into New York to find that movie and loved it. Loved it. And number 1 is Royal Tenenbaums. I adore Gene Hackman, the whole freaking cast.
Same.
It's the funniest. It's so funny. It doesn't need a laugh track. It's just funny. I die. I went to the theater and saw that. I bought the Criterion edition of that DVD. It's the funniest thing that's ever been put out, in my opinion. So that's my top 5.
Okay. Casey.
All right. So my number 5, because I'm along with being a podcaster, I love writing, and it's one of my dreams in life is to actually become a published writer. So I went with the Billy Crystal, Danny DeVito classic, Throw Mama from the Train.
Oh, good pick.
Such a good one.
Pick. Oh my God.
What's her face from the mom from the Goonies stole that
The
movie
Goonies.
every time. I have the exact same shirt.
Oh, she's so cute and Scrooged. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay.
Let's see. Number 4 is hats off to my superhero nerddom, but Deadpool. I don't know how many times I've seen that movie, and I still laugh
Good choice.
every single time.
It's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah.
all you
Number
need.
3 is the third time this movie has popped up on a list so far, and it is the Tim Curry classic Clue,
Woo!
because Amanda obviously knew that was going to pop up at some point. Number 2, my number 2 and number 1 are from the same comedic genius of a movie star, and number 2 is going to be Coming to America, starring Eddie Murphy. And then number 1,
I know.
number 1 to me is nothing against Trading Places, but this movie is the movie that really made Eddie Murphy the blockbuster top dollar star that he is, and that's Beverly Hills Cop.
I knew that was your number 1.
Okay.
We share
Dwayne.
the same brain.
Dwayne, you muted.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was trying to. I have some guys doing fixing my pavers. I had some warranty work going on in the patio, so they're out here beating, banging on stuff right there next to my window. So I had to mute myself. So, all right. I have to say this for Dara. She's probably gonna watch the replay. But Billy Madison is a good movie. It's not on my list, but it's on her list, so I'm gonna do her a solid, and I'm gonna say it.
I quote it all the time.
My fifth and final honorable mention that I forgot about was A Night at the Museum. I love that movie. Anyway, number 5, Office Space. Office Space, because it is a really great example, not using the military, of exactly how the Army is. Ask me how I know. Number 4, The Big Lebowski. I absolutely love Jeff Bridges in that role. It's just funny. It's goofy. It's, yeah, it is what it is. It's The Big Lebowski. It's the dude. Number 3 is Better Off Dead. I like Better Off Dead more than I like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And that will hurt some feelings.
Give me my $2.
But, yeah, the $2 thing, the kid that learned how to speak English by watching sports television. He has a loudspeaker on top of his car, a la Blues Brothers, right? Just the whole movie's hilarious. It does get slow, I'll be honest, but I love that movie. Number 2, Good Morning Vietnam. I think Good Morning Vietnam is Robin Williams doing Robin Williams the best Robin Williams ever did Robin Williams, right? and then you also have, oh God, what's his name? The guy he's walking down the road with. Looks like
I know who you're talking about.
It looks like he took Dayquil and NyQuil at the same time.
Shit. Keep going.
Yes.
Yeah,
him.
you know what I meant.
Yes, that guy.
Hilarious movie. I love Good Morning Vietnam.
Forrest Whitaker. Shit.
Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, I was struggling for that one.
Yes.
But my number 1 all-time.
Forrest Whitaker
favorite,
does always look like he's sleepy.
He does. He looks like he took a Dayquil and a NyQuil at the same time. I'm going to hell for that. I know I am, and I'm sorry.
Gasoline draws.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, I'm covered in diesel walking through an atom bomb. That just. My number 1 all-time comedy is Blazing Saddles. Always has been, always will be, because it is just so. I mean, right on the nose. They're gonna make fun of everything, and nothing is sacred, and I appreciate that. Because I want to be made fun of, and I want the guy next to me to be made fun of, and the guy next to him to get made fun of, and that way all of us can be butthurt all at the same time.
Mel Brooks is good at that.
So my top 5 had, I'm not gonna lie to you, have 3 Eddie Murphy movies.
Of course it did.
A musical.
And we all know what number 1 is.
And it's very, very black.
We're great too.
And very, very black. I'm just gonna let you know. However, though, number 5 is the musical. It's not a black musical though. It's not The Wiz. I'm sorry, brother. But my number 5 is Little Shop of Horrors. Listen, Little Shop of Horrors is fucking amazing.
Okay.
Little Shop of Horrors is damn. I know it word for word. I sing like I am Seymour. So Little Shop of Horrors. So that's number 5. Number 4, Trading Places. Trading Places is fucking amazing. Trading Places is just an amazing ass fucking movie. That's what introduced everybody to Eddie Murphy, and it was just fucking great. Number 3, the longest movie you ever want to hear in your life, but it is what it is. It is Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking juice in the hood. If again, you have to know hood movies to know this movie, but it is fucking hilarious. And once you get the hood concepts, this shit is fucking gold. And I'm not, like I keep saying, I'm not as big as Wayne Brothers fan, but this is gold. Number 2, Harlem Nights. You can't find a better movie with black comedians than Harlem Nights. Period. The ensemble of people in Harlem Nights is fucking amazing. However, though, number 1 is my favorite movie of all time, and it's Coming to America. Coming to America.
What?
I am still looking for. I'm still looking for that.
I am flabbergasted. What was the odds on that, by the way? Like, I'm pretty sure there was a betting pool going on. Yeah. Like, I don't. There was like an over under on that one. I just couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I told you I took the under. All right, but those are our top 5. Please let us know what your top 5 is, and we're now going to get into the bracket now. something that Casey to keep remind me of that I love to say. I did not make these rankings. All right, I just want to make sure everybody knows. I did not make the rankings. You got any problem with these rankings? Right, this was Rotten Tomatoes. So Rotten Tomatoes. Okay. All right. So
he's just the messenger.
Thank you. So
every tournament show that just needs to be your name. Just I didn't make this rankings.
So what happened is, what's going to happen is I'm going to say the matchup. I'm going to go through each one, and every round the lower seed is going to play the higher seed. I reseed all the time. There are 2 buys in the fourth and the quarterfinals, but the lower seed will play the higher seed. Just make it interesting. All right. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the tournament. We got the playing games. We got play-in versus play-in. So you got Scary Movie 2000 versus Surf Ninjas 1993. Oh, and before I go into another thing, this tournament had the most votes. One vote even hit 2,000 and on 2,000 votes on Twitter.
Nice.
Oh
So this tournament did get the most votes by average. So mind you, this is on average maybe about 600 people voting on each one. So what happens, I guess happens. All right. So again, Scary Movie 2000 versus Surf Ninjas 1993. Scary Movie wins by 77% of the vote.
As it should. Surf Ninjas.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that was name value a lot too, because a lot of people know about the Scary Movie franchise. But to be honest, without this list, I would have never heard of Surf Ninjas.
Really?
And I was, and I was born in '86. So you said what? '93 it came out.
'93.
I would have been 7 at that time. So when it started coming out on like the DVD, the $5 DVD bins, I would have been like 10, 12, the perfect young adult humor for that type of
You
stuff.
were right in the slot for that Blockbuster
Well,
card
yeah,
to
that's
take
what I meant.
Surf Ninjas home.
Yeah, you were.
I know, and it just didn't happen. So blame my parents.
All right, then the next playing
I
game,
will.
final play-in. We got Spies Like Us 1985 versus House Party 1990. Now, on Twitter, House Party won by 55% of the votes. However, on Facebook, Spies Like Us wins by 62% of the votes, which means it wins by 53% of the votes.
I'm angry about this one.
Well, I added Spies Like Us to this list, so sorry.
I mean,
House Party is better. House Party is a better movie.
I love House Party.
I love House Party. I mean that was the movie that made you want to go to a house party, right? Like before you knew what a house party was. That's
seriously here. The better movie might be House Party, but the funnier movie is Spies Like Us. This is a comedy bracket. To me, if you're gonna go comedy, there's better movies lose because some other movies are terrible but funnier. Spies Like Us is brilliant.
There's movies I don't think are comedies at all that are on this bracket for way too long, and they're movies I love. That man, they don't belong here.
That man right there is right.
Yeah.
Spies Like Us is not the better movie, but it is by far the funnier film.
I don't know about by far. By far, it's
far.
It's not by far.
By far,
it's
not by
far.
By far,
definitely not by far.
Obviously
not by far.
Man.
It only won by 50% of votes, so not actually by far. So,
dead ass.
Anyway.
Black people were the ones voting on one, and then white people were the ones voting on the other. That's what that is. Let's just be real.
Okay, cool.
I was one of those white people who voted for Spies Like Us.
I am not down there at all. All right, anyway. Then we get into the actual tournament. We got number 1, Dazed and Confused, 1993, versus number 100, Clue, 1985. Again, I did not make these.
Yeah. How
Clearly,
is that number
masturbators
1?
had nothing to do with these rankings because I'm sorry, but just.
Clue is not number 100.
So, Clue actually won on Facebook by 52% of the votes. However, on Twitter, Dazed and Confused wins by 59% of the votes, which means that Dazed and Confused wins by 53% of the votes.
Let me tell you something real quick. Dazed and Confused is a good movie. I
It's
like
not.
Dazed and Confused.
It's
Like
not.
like it as far as if I think back to like my mom in high school and what she might have been like, because that was that I was born in 80, right? So that would have been her wheelhouse.
I love how the young
Good
people
movie.
are on top and the old people are on bottom.
Right? Like I enjoy this movie a lot, but comedy, right? Clue is a funnier movie.
Definitely.
Like Clue wins.
So
Straight up.
Clue should have won this.
Oh,
personally.
in a landslide.
Clue should have won in the
By
heartbeat.
It should have won
far.
by like
I
way
will
far.
disagree with Dwayne by something, and people hate me with this. Dazed and Confused is a horrible fucking movie.
Yeah, well, I
Dazed and Confused
disagree
is a
with
horrible
Bishop.
damn movie.
About that.
It really is. Dazed and Confused is a horrible movie.
You should be Beast and not Bishop. How about that?
Ooh. Oh!
And I'm okay
Okay.
with that.
I'm gonna get him
okay
some
with
glasses and a foot. Damn it!
All right. Listen, number 2, Airplane.
Dre, let me say
1980.
something more controversial.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I just so I can be more controversial than you. Clue is comedy for how do
Smart
I say
people?
this without sounding like
Smart
an
people?
asshole? That's what I was gonna say.
Smart people?
Yeah, no, go ahead and say it.
Just do that.
Save for the elite.
Clue is smart, subtle comedy. If you're in a movie to watch it and just have blatant in your face laughs, Clue isn't the movie for you. If you're paying attention,
stand up.
it's amazing. So
Yeah. Number 2, Airplane, 1980, versus number 99, Spy, 2015. Airplane wins by 94% of the votes.
Yeah, who the hell was
As
voting
it
for
should.
it? For Spy? The hell?
Let's say as it should. Pure,
Everybody was
pure slapstick comedy. Those 10% of people are wrong. Those are pity votes, and you know
Spy
it.
was cute, but it is not funnier than Airplane.
No. Very
All
few
right.
movies are, man.
Number 3, Monty Python and the Holy Grail, 1975, versus Beetlejuice, 1988.
Mm.
Clash of the Titans.
Yeah.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail wins by 61% of the votes.
It's,
I mean, it's close, but
funnier.
it could have been closer.
Yeah. It's just a flesh wound.
Number 4, Major Payne, 1995, versus number 97, Bridget Jones' Diary, 2001.
Number 4? What the hell is that?
I did not make
Whatever. You knew the person that did that list. Number 4 for Major Payne?
Number
It wasn't
4.
you, but you gave that person the pen. You're ridiculous, dude. Number 4, my ass.
Major Payne wins by 71% of the votes.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm all right with it winning like
Yeah.
that, but I mean, really, this is another case of these rankings.
Major
Like,
Payne should have been a play-in. It shouldn't have been
Like,
ranked
Yeah,
number
this
4.
No.
this is not a sponsor for Rotten Tomatoes. You need to switch up your game. Like go to like
So
go to
the
like
only reason-
IMDb. Even USA
they suck.
Today.
They
Let's
were.
just go to that.
IMDb is bad
IMDb is
too.
ass. No,
So-
no.
IMDb is worse.
So the only reason why I use mostly use Rotten Tomatoes because the list is right there, and even if I take
Yeah.
off documentaries and shit like that, I can add on to it. So the list is always going to be. I don't have to do math or research or anything. That list is right there, and I can always blame them for bullshit.
You-
Yeah.
You
Rotten
slacker.
Tomatoes for real. Rotten Tomatoes can fall in a blender and make rotten salsa. I mean,
Number 5,
Mhm.
Nobody wants rotten salsa.
number 5, Legally Blind, 2001, versus number 96, The School of Rock, 2003. The School of Rock wins by 58% of the votes.
okay.
School of Rock, humble opinion.
Upset.
I didn't find that funny at all. It didn't do it for me. I'm not the biggest Jack Black fan, so maybe that's what it was, but it didn't really do it for me. Legally Blonde
Neither
had
one of those
like
movies
funny
are good.
moments. So,
Legally Blonde
Legally-
is amazing.
yeah.
You shut your fucking mouth.
wow.
It's
Sorry.
50-50 for me.
Legally Blonde is worse than Clueless, and that's saying something. School of
The
Rock
Pick of Destiny.
had at least a cute thing going for it. Legally Blonde was just, I'm a fan of hers. I really am. She's done a lot of good movies. This was not one of them. It's just what she's most famous for, and it's again name value. But I'm really glad Jack Black, not School of Rock, because it's not really a good movie either. But I'm glad Jack Black took out a top 10 movie on this rancid ass list.
Rancid
Legally
ass
Blonde almost
list.
made my top 10.
Ass list. All right. So number 6, The Big Lebowski, 1998, versus number 95, Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. And The Big Lebowski wins by 76% of the votes.
I love both these movies. Damn it.
Again, name value. What it was, name value. People know Jeff Bridges more than anything else. That's what it is. And the dude has his own damn religion.
Yeah, I actually applied and was accepted. I am a dudist priest. I did the thing. I am an ordained dudist priest.
Awesome.
But I love both these movies. But Lebowski does have a cult following.
Fuck that. Listen, anyway, number 7, number 7, American Pie, 1999, versus number 94, Dogma, 1999.
Ugh.
So this was actually
I
close.
hate this matchup.
Dude,
don't tell me Dogma's out in the first round, dude. That is terrible news. Dogma is beyond a good movie.
Dogma won on Facebook by 56% of the votes.
Too close.
But
American Pie won on Twitter by 58% of the votes, which means American Pie wins by 51% of the votes.
Ooh, tight as a motherfucker.
That hurts me.
American Pie is a movie of a generation, you guys. Like I
is.
love Dogma. It's one of my favorites, but American Pie, like other than Something About Mary, American Pie set the standard for every movie that came after it. And if you watched it in the theater and you didn't say, "Oh my God," when Allison Hannigan said the flute thing, like just it blew my mind. It was so funny.
Alanis Morissette played God.
And was great.
I know.
Was so great.
That's why it was funny, because it was Alanis Morissette, the jagged little pill lady.
American Pie is just like an updated version of what we loved about Porky's.
Yep.
About all those kind of dirty boy humor type of stuff. That's all that was. And it was fun for its time. It's all right.
So, before I say this matchup, I do want to say, yes, these are movies that had to plug in this right here, okay? Because I think that one was a documentary and the other one was something else that I couldn't put on there. No, actually, sorry. I had to put these two in here because there were foreign movies, like Asian movies and stuff like that, and I knew for a fact that they shouldn't be on here. Not because they're not Asian movies, because nobody knew what they were. So documentaries, a lot of foreign movies,
like the dubbed, you got to read subtitles type stuff.
Yeah. So documentaries, foreign movies, and stuff like that are taken out because I want to make this a fair fight, as fair as I could. All right. So don't hate me for this, but I had to plug some of these in. All right. So these matchups is Undercover Brother versus A Low Down Dirty Shame.
Undercover Brother was my add-in, right?
Probably.
I think it might have been because we all have our like short list of, hey, if it's not on here, please add this. That might have been my pick.
And Undercover Brother did win by 59% of the votes.
I fucking love this movie.
A Low Down Dirty Shame is better.
A Low Down Dirty Shame
is better. However,
Undercover Brother's funnier though.
I disagree with that too.
To me, the funniest part of Low Down Dirty Shame is when he sings James Brown to the Rottweiler and it works, and then the other guy tries to get shit wrecked. Like that's my favorite part.
What the gay roommate is fucking hilarious.
That part was funny as hell.
That was hilarious.
For me, when he sings James Brown to a Rottweiler and it calms down, and then the other dude does it, but he ain't black, and he gets his ass torn the fuck up. That
he
shit
didn't
was funny.
He didn't sing James Brown though. He sang One Son of Menace. And
he tried to sing, but if you sing James Brown to a dog, they won't attack you.
Hey, I sing Motown to my cat, and she loves it.
Nice, good cat, good kitty. Number 9, The Princess Bride, 1987, versus number 92, A League of Their Own, 1992. The Princess Bride.
This is like a me versus Harvey pick, because Harvey loves League of Their Own. Mm-hmm. I like my number, at least one of my top 3 movies of all time is The Princess Bride. I didn't include it in my list because I know the finals and everything else, so I knew it was going to get talked about no matter what. So I am really, really happy with how this turned out.
Well, spoiler alert, it wins by 70% of the votes. 70%.
The League of Their Own isn't a comedy. I
Yeah,
love
it
that
is.
movie. It's not
League of Their
it's
Own
a
is very
dramedy.
much a comedy.
It's definitely a comedy.
It's
It's
a
absolutely
drama.
a comedy. There is no crying in
It's
baseball.
it's
that
definitely a
shit
comedy.
is hilarious.
Yeah.
I would argue that The Princess Bride is not a comedy, and this is the movie that right here at its first mention, I will say, is in my top 3 all-time favorite movies. I love The Princess Bride, but it is not a comedy. It is a fantasy drama that happens to have a little bit of comedy in it.
Well, that's how I feel about A League of Their Own. It's drama that happens to have some comedy in it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like League of Their
I
Own is a
don't feel
comedy
like
with some
Princess
dramatic
Bride belongs
elements.
here.
So, according to Google,
Google.
yeah,
It's that
Google.
French website that tells you things you might not know.
It's
They
legal.
have it, Google, and it has it as a romance comedy.
What?
Princess Bride.
Speaking of that, why wasn't Hot Tub Time Machine on here?
Because it doesn't deserve to be on here. Now, number 10, number 10, Groundhog's Day, 1993, versus number 91, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, 1988. Groundhog Day wins by 81% of the votes.
It shouldn't have been that ridiculous because Dirty Rotten Scoundrels is fucking hilarious. It's
Well,
really
Bill
funny.
Murray's a legend.
But
Basically,
It's
he's.
Groundhog Day.
I know I love Groundhog Day, but Dirty Rotten Scoundrels should have gotten more respect. But
Yeah.
Number
do you know what I
11,
say all the time? I'm like, what if there wasn't a tomorrow? There wasn't one today.
Number 11, The 40-Year-Old Virgin, 2005, versus number 90, Good Morning Vietnam, 1987. On Twitter, Good Morning Vietnam wins by 51% of the votes. On
Surprises me.
Facebook, The 40-Year-Old Virgin wins by 75% of the votes, which means wins by 62% of the votes.
That's
I'm gonna
recency.
use
That's
my
recency
favorite-
bias. That's all that is.
My favorite personal quote is the voters can go ahead and fall on their knife.
So, God is truth. I agree with this. I love 40-Year-Old Virgin. 40 Virgin is fucking hilarious. And don't get me wrong, I watched for the first time again this year. I watched Good Morning Vietnam, and I still think 40 Virgin is better.
Hurry up before she accelerates.
You're thoroughly incorrect, but hey, it's America. You're allowed to have your opinion.
Obviously, I'm not because
You're totally allowed to be wrong.
Well, no, they're wrong too.
Listen. So,
But-
all right.
No, I do not want to watch School of Cock with you.
Why not?
I love 40-Year-Old Virgin. I also grew up with Good Morning Vietnam. I'm with you.
It's a tale of two completely different kind of movies. 40-Year-Old Virgin is a lot like American Pie. It's kind of smut comedy, really, really dumb humor. Good Morning Vietnam. It's a great movie. Unfortunately, if you take out Robin Williams in that, the movie sucks.
This movie was horrible.
But that's pretty
Yeah.
much.
It's
It's
Rock-
not the Vietnam
pretty much
War. It's not
everything
supposed
Robin
to.
Williams
That
So-
movie.
But
So
if you
you're-
take out what's his name from 40-Year-Old Virgin, you put in say Will Ferrell.
Who?
Is
take
it
out who?
the same
Because
movie?
you take
Carell.
out
Steve Carell.
you can take out
Yeah,
Steve
Steve
Carell. It's gonna be
Carell.
hilarious. You take out Steve Carell and 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah,
still hilarious.
because
That is,
But you take
There's-
out the ad lib
that is a
of
whole
Steve
ensemble.
Carell and you put in a different comedian of the same era. Who else would you cast for that role?
No. You
Because
said
if we're
if
going
you take
to
him out,
argue that, if we're going to argue,
you said
take
you want
out
to take
Robin
them.
Williams,
Will
you wanna
Ferrell.
take out Steve Carell as well.
Okay. You take out Steve Carell of 40-Year-Old Virgin. 40-Year-Old Virgin is still hilarious.
With who as the main character?
First of all, Steve Carell wasn't even
Will
a funny
Ferrell.
part. He only had one part in that movie that was hilarious, and that was rip the hair off. Everybody else was funny in that movie.
Look like a damn
Ensemble was
pumpkin.
funny in the movie.
Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen. They were
Yeah,
amazing.
Paul Rudd, Seth Rogen, I forgot the manager name.
So as supporting character.
Oh yeah.
Let's not forget that Steve Carell wrote the movie.
Right.
So,
So
a
we're
lot
gonna
of
say
that
that
Carell is
humor.
a
Steve
genius.
Carell, if you take Steve Carell out of the movie, that the
You don't have
supporting
it.
cast makes that movie funnier than Robin Williams
Yeah.
basically by himself in any movie Robin Williams was ever by himself in, a la Aladdin, right?
But I think
Yeah.
that was
But-
the
There's
point.
no fucking way.
No.
I mean, who's the better
We'll
comedian,
get
Steve
to it.
Carell or Robin Williams?
Robin Williams got a
That's not a
heartbeat.
that's not a
But that's not what we're saying.
No, it's not.
Yeah. That's not what you're saying. You're talking about a whole different shit right there. We're talking about a movie. If you take out the main 2 stars, which movie still be hilarious? And you take out the main 2 stars, and 40 version is still funny.
I'll tell you what, that right there is a topic for an entire show.
You hum shit
Yeah.
right.
Well, we already did a comedians bracket.
Yeah, so did we. And guess who won? Robin freaking Williams.
We did it too, and who won was Eddie Murphy won ours. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Eddie Murphy got knocked out in like round 3 or something like that.
It was ridiculous.
But
It was
Eddie
like
Murphy
some
is nearly
comedian
every
from like the
character in
closest
Coming to
bodega
America.
knocked him out. It was embarrassing.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing.
Eddie Murphy was every character in the barbershop.
He
in
is
Coming
every
to America.
character.
yeah.
Like if you took
He wasn't
Eddie
every
Murphy out
character.
of Coming to
Arsenio
America,
had a
Except for
part.
So Glow guy.
Yeah, one part. All right, so let's go. Number 12, top 5, 2014 versus number 89, Better Off Dead, 1985.
Oh,
Better Off Dead wins by 85% of the votes.
Better Off Dead
I
might
don't
be
even
the
know
movie of
top
the
5.
80s. That might be the best movie of the 80s.
For me, it is.
For real. It's that, Legend of Billie Jean, Last Dragon, such great stuff.
Yes.
Oh,
So I don't
Barbie
disagree.
Goonies.
Best friends.
I don't disagree with this. I don't disagree with this at all. I do think though that nobody watched Top 5 though. Top 5 is a good movie. It should. I think that should be closer, but
I've
no.
never seen it.
it should be closer. Top 5. Have you watched Top 5?
Of course I have.
I haven't.
All right, listen,
And for shame for questioning me. Damn you. Mute your mic.
I have to ask that question. If you say fuck no shit, because it
Yeah.
definitely should. It definitely should.
DeAndre, I say this to you, Chet. I've
No.
probably seen twice as many movies as you have because I had nothing to do
Probably,
when I
but
was
I don't give a damn. Top
Dead
5
ass.
definitely should be closer. Anyway.
It's better.
But you also had twice as many years to do it. So
That's
Yes,
too.
I'm old. Damn right.
All right, listen. Number 13, Crazy Rich Asians, 2018 versus number 88, When Harry Met Sally, 1989.
Mm.
And When Harry Met Sally wins by 82% of the votes.
Hell yeah, it
Damn
did.
right. Should have been bigger.
No, it shouldn't. Oh my God.
Yes. Chill.
So failure on my part, by the way, and I really hate to admit this, but I have actually never seen either one of these movies.
Oh my God. Cut his mic.
What?
Listen, it's okay if you haven't
Okay,
seen
they're both
Crazy
good.
Rich Asians, but the fact that you haven't seen When Harry Met Sally, that's the shit that gets people shot in the streets. What do you mean?
God. All right, listen,
Hey,
next-
first of all, I have been shot in the street, so let's not go ahead and go there. And 2,
What?
yes, I have. There's a story behind that. 2, the only reason I have never watched when Harry Met Sally is 1, I'm not a huge fan of the people in Harry Met Sally. I know
Who?
you're
Billy Crystal.
mind blown. Yeah, Billy Crystal. I'm not a
He's
huge fan of him.
I'm not a big Billy Crystal fan. It took me to watch this movie to respect him more. Because if everything else, I didn't like him in Men in Tights. I'm sorry, not Men in Tights, Princess Bride. I didn't like Billy Crystal at all.
Did you like City Slickers?
I don't think I ever watched this because
Sorry, actually
Slickers is
not sorry.
Freddie, we need to have a little talk after this. I need to reevaluate my podcast guesting position.
All right.
What?
Next. All right, next. Number 14, Blazing Saddles, 1974 versus number 87, when Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, 2004. Blazing Saddles wins by 89% of the votes.
Damn right.
This is terrible seating.
For
This
what?
is terrible
For
seating.
who?
You've had good
Harold
movies
Kumar
on
is
this list.
hilarious.
You've had good movies on this list that have been knocked out by other good movies. Or not. Sorry, there's been bad movies going against bad movies on this list, and then you have Harold and Kumar going against a really, really good movie in Blazing Saddles. Which reminds me,
They're both
we ever
great.
have it? There's a new movie out right now called Paws of Fury.
Mm-hmm.
That is pretty much like a cartoon version of Blazing Saddles, but with like ninjas.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's a
what I will-
funny movie. I would recommend go and see it.
So what I will say though, me personally, I do think that Guantanamo Bay is better than White Castle. Guantanamo Bay is fucking hilarious. Harold Kumar Go to Guantanamo Bay is better. me personally. All right. Number 15, National Lampoon's Animal House, 1978. Versus number 86, Napoleon Dynamite, 2004.
Napoleon Dynamite sucks ass.
Thank you.
Ass.
Yes.
Suck ass.
Only if she asked me nice. Ass.
If you
Okay.
watch Chips, apparently eating ass is expected now.
9-volt
Okay.
batteries and buttholes. Things that you shouldn't put your tongue on, but you still do.
You still do. Amanda can go ahead and attest to this one. Napoleon Dynamite is one of
Oh,
my
yeah.
top 5 hated movies. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's number 1. It's kind of in tie between that and Elf as far as
Oh,
hated movies.
You
Elf
suck.
is amazing.
Elf is
He
hilarious.
He doesn't like
No,
I
it's
hate
not.
Elf.
It's
Elf
not.
is stupid for the
Elf.
sake of being stupid.
All right,
Just like
listen.
Napoleon
That's every
Dynamite.
Will Ferrell movie. Name
Animal
me a
House-
Will Ferrell
No,
movie that's
no,
not
that is not
stupid.
true.
Help me, Jesus! Get the invisible flames off me.
Fictional, no,
Help me, Oprah Winfrey.
Strangers
what's
in
the movie called?
Fiction.
Damn it,
Strangers
Tom
in
Cruise.
Strangers in Fiction
Strangers in Fiction.
is a damn good movie.
It
His
really
best
is.
performance by far.
And have you
Phenomenal.
watched
It's his
the show
only
with Conrad?
good performance. Total.
No.
So all right, so listen.
That Apple
National
TV
Lamp-
show is good.
National Lampoon Animal House wins by 76% of the vote.
Yup.
And I agree with everybody else. National Lampoon, Napoleon Dynamite sucks monkey bars. There's only one funny part in that whole movie, and that's
It's
when he
the
says,
credits when the movie's over. Those are the best. That's the best. It's the funniest part of the movie. Why
No,
it takes so long for the
I
movie
am-
to end?
I
That's
am going to
what's
give
funny.
credit when credit's due. That steak scene was fucking hilarious. That steak scene was
There
hilarious.
are funny bits in Napoleon Dynamite, but it is not a cohesive movie.
All
I
right.
don't think it's supposed to be.
Okay.
You're right.
Anyway.
They did a
So-
damn good job of sucking. They
Jesus.
Number 6.
You're just
Number
mad
16.
because me and LaFonda have a thing.
Number 16.
I love
This is Spinal.
Wakanda.
Number 16. This is Spinal Tap, 1984, versus number 85. Broadcast News, 1987.
Can I just ask for real? Can we take a second here? Who here honestly has seen broadcast news? Seriously.
Cricket. Like,
Okay,
all right,
I just wanted to know.
have. Well, obviously on Facebook, nobody watched it because
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because This is Spinal Tap won by 100% of the votes on Facebook. It literally got no votes. Like,
I'm
at
going to
all.
go ahead and say it. Both of these movies are pieces of shit.
Woo!
They don't belong in
I
this
wouldn't go
bracket. They're
that
not
far,
funny
but they
enough.
don't
I
belong
could
in this
pick
bracket.
5 or 6 other movies that could replace both of these.
Okay, let's keep going. Number 17, Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure, 1989, versus number 84, Tootsie, 1982. Bill and Ted wins by 73% of the votes.
Thank
This is
God.
absolutely terrible.
I
Absolutely.
agree. I agree. Yo,
Again, this
Tootsie's-
is name value. It's not nothing else.
That's what it is. None of these,
Yes.
most people did not see Tootsie. That movie is brilliant. Dustin Hoffman is amazing. Bill and Ted's is cheap, dumb. Like, it's not good. It's not good. No.
It's our
Tootsie is
childhood, though.
Rain Man in a dress.
So, Rain Man is good. Rain
Rain
Man is a
Man
great
is
movie.
good. Tootsie is not.
Rain
I
Man is
love
good.
Rain
movie.
Man.
Rain Man is
Sorry.
okay.
Tootsie is not a good film.
What?
Oh,
I just-
you are sick.
Absolute miss
okay.
for me.
Oh,
Completely
Okay,
fell
Dwayne.
on its ass. Just
Okay,
Rain.
next round. Next
Not with it.
next round.
not with it.
Number 18, 21 Jump Street, 2012, versus number 83, Best in Show, 2000.
Okay. Who saw Best in Show?
One of the best movies ever.
Was there even a script? Was there even a script that here? Talk for
No,
an hour and
no, there
45
wasn't.
minutes and it's
There-
brilliant.
There was no script.
Yeah.
Both of these movies can eat shit.
All right,
You woke up and chose
before you
violence
rebuttal,
today. Shit.
before you rebuttal, 21 Jump Street wins by 54% of the votes.
Who cares?
Bullshit.
Listen. I know for a fact, like somebody like my mom out here, her name's Marianne Foster. She runs the Mad Poker League out here. I love her to death. She loves Best in Show. So when she saw this, she was pissed.
Best
But
in Show is
I-
great.
I am
There's
mad
no-
for her.
There's no Schitt's Creek without Best in Show. It's like,
I'm about to say
oh.
that it's an early version of Shit Creek. Like
Which
that's
is
what it is.
fair, but Schitt's Creek was good though.
No, it wasn't.
So is
But it
Best in
was,
Show,
though.
you
Schitt's
potato.
Creek not that. Oh, I'll go down. Schitt's
Rich
Creek is
white
fucking
people
horrible.
struggling.
I will
Yo,
keep saying that.
Rich
I
white
will
people
keep
is
saying that till the
fucking
day I
funny.
fucking die.
Done.
Schitt's Creek is a horrible fucking show.
You are a horrible person. How
I
about
don't
that?
give a damn.
How about
Cool.
that?
Okay, I agree. Schitt's Creek is a horrible fucking show. It's a horrible goddamn show. Listen, I said it and I say it again. Like that shit is a horrible fucking show.
I hope you burn your beard on accident.
Oh my god.
All right, shit, that's a horrible goddamn show. Anyway,
Ew,
next round.
David.
Next round. Number 19.
Okay.
Number
We're gonna
19.
table that.
Number 19, The Jerk, 1979. Versus number 82, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, 1994. The Jerk wins by 88% of the votes.
Should have been more.
Steve Martin,
Should've
yeah.
been that close.
Y'all disrespecting the so funny. The Jerk is funnier. I will say that.
Yeah, it's a comedy
better,
bracket, so that
the
kinda
better
matters.
movie.
Yeah.
The better movie is Adventure of Priscilla.
Oh,
That's the
hell,
better
you-
movie.
You were
That-
incorrect
that
in
is
so
better-
many ways, man.
Huh?
So wrong.
That is the better movie.
No.
100% a better movie.
No, I've seen commercials better than that movie, bro. Stop.
See, I stopped saying that.
Stop.
All
My
right,
buddy and me. Yeah.
This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
I learned it
I'm
from
not-
watching
I'm
you,
damn good
Dad.
at it.
I'm not even high right now. So listen. All right, listen. Number 20.
You lit liquor.
Number 20, Wedding Crashers, 2005. Versus number 81, Mean Girls, 2004. Wedding Crashers wins by 65% of the votes.
Okay.
Casey only just recently watched Wedding Crashers.
Hey, whoa.
I was like, what the hell?
watched it and I loved it. So don't
Yeah,
throw
but I
me
had to
under
tell
the
you
bus.
to.
Both of these are good
He
movies.
didn't even know it. I'm telling you, man.
I can't
that's
listen. I used to hit on Mean Girls a lot because I didn't watch it and I thought it was the good thing to do. And I finally watched it. It's actually not a bad movie. For what
No,
it was,
it's not.
for what it was, it's not a bad movie.
I
So,
Can I
love
see
Mean
Both-
it's funny, but
both
I can't
of these-
watch it. Yeah, I can't.
Both of these are good movies. They're funny. They're quotable. They're both kind of sick when you think about it,
Mhm.
but and they both have good lessons to them. So the number one lesson in Wedding Crashers are that redheads are the best people.
Even if they crazy.
Never leave me, because I'd find you.
All of
Mean
them are
Girls is
great.
don't be a bitch.
The
Yeah,
girls are
so?
so over sexualized in that movie. It's difficult
Yeah,
for
they
me
really
to watch
are.
it. Which is crazy because didn't Tina Fey write that?
Tina Fey did write it.
Yeah,
hard-
she did.
Yes. So it's rough. So
You don't even go here.
Shouldn't
So-
even go here.
Here's a juggernaut matchup. I'm going to say that right now. Again, I want to say I did not make these matchups.
Uh-huh.
Here it is. Number 21.
Yeah.
Number 21, Coming to America, 1988. Versus number 80, Spaceballs, 1987.
Oh, Jesus, fix it.
that's rough.
Dre.
Motherfucking fucker.
Dre,
That's rough.
Dre.
Both
Ah.
incredibly funny movies. But
I did not make these rankings.
Mhm.
All right. Coming to America wins by 54% of the votes.
at least it was close.
That's
It was
fine.
close.
Yeah.
It was close.
No, if that had been a
You went over my helmet?
blowout, I'd have been like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks shouldn't be
He's-
involved in any blowouts. I don't think
He
anything
shouldn't.
he's done should be blown out.
You're,
So
you're watching right now, sir.
no, he's a comedic genius. A comedy.
very
When
much
will
so.
that be
Yeah.
now? Soon.
All right. Number 22, The Blues Brothers, 1980. Versus number 79, Sister Act, 1992. The Blues Brothers wins by 74% of the votes.
Yep.
I'll take that.
As
Sister Act is
it
not that
should.
funny. It's kind of funny, but chill. I don't know.
I'm not even mad.
No, I'm not mad at that. Number 23, The Naked Gun, 1988. Versus number 78, Step Brothers, 2008.
Mm.
Oh, Naked
The
Gun. Love
The
it. movie.
Naked Gun wins by 63% of the votes.
Leslie Nielsen is ridiculous.
Everything.
Ridiculous.
Especially when he's searching for the Undertaker.
I really so this matchup, I really want to know what Harvey thinks. So number 24, Shaun of the Dead, 2004, Versus number 77, I'ma Get You Sucker, 1988.
I am a huge I'm Gonna Get You Sucker fan. I love that movie. Shaun of the Dead is funny, but I'm Gonna Get You Sucker for me is because I'm, as a black lover of film, I always will go with that movie.
Shaun of the Dead wins by 71% of the votes.
Yes, we know who voted. It wasn't black people anywhere by a computer when that shit was on. I'm saying it. Come
That
on.
actually surprises me though, because British humor isn't for everyone. Like, I love Shaun of the Dead. I can't
No.
name 5 other people that love that movie.
Oh, I love that movie. I really do. The entire plot's really, really stupid. There's no way in hell I would go back for an ex, especially somebody who just broke up with me for being lazy. I sit there and go, "Hey, I'm lazy. I'm gonna go to the bar and survive this entire zombie apocalypse. You can kiss my ass. Sorry, Phil."
All right. So again, these two. Well, actually, God is Truth. I changed to sequel, but these two are write-ins as well. So number 25.
So you can make changes when you want to.
Well,
Sorry.
I told you why.
Well,
I told you why.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
Number
I'm
25.
hurt right now.
Number 25, Booty Call, 1997. Versus number 76, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, 1989. Christmas Vacation wins by 91% of the votes. And
It should
I
have been
am
worse.
not-
It
I
should
am
have
not-
been worse.
Worse than
That's
that.
low.
Yeah.
No.
You was the only person who should
I
have
think
voted
it should have
for
been
Booty
closer.
No, so God is Truth. So God is Truth. I might have voted for Christmas Vacation. Listen, I hate Christmas. If you know me, you know that I fucking despise Christmas. And all Christmas movies, by the way, too. However, though, one of the best Christmas movies is fucking Christmas Vacation. Hands down. Like top 3 or 5. Better. Like God is Truth. And that shit is fucking hilarious.
A Christmas Story.
You might want to
Five
unfollow
Hours.
me on Facebook come November.
We
You might want to follow me on Facebook.
Our favorite Christmas films, then.
Oh, there's got to be a bracket or something coming up for best Christmas movies.
I can do that. I could do that.
I feel like it would be
I
like
would
top
totally-
40 though, because I don't know that there's 104 Christmas
Well,
movies.
No,
there's
it would
probably
have to be
100.
There is a lot of Christmas
There's at
movies
least
I
six,
have
Are
done.
they really worth it? though?
Hallmark?
Yes.
Hallmark
No, not
Hallmark
including
is
Hallmark
all
movies.
Off Earth.
There's
What's the
at
Hallmark
least
ones on
64 Christmas
Yeah.
movies, like solid Christmas movies. No, and that's not including sequels like the entire Santa Claus type thing.
Mhm.
That's just solid
Sure.
Christmas movies. There's at least 64, which is a solid for us
That's a
a
solid number.
2-show bracket.
There's only
It's a
Right.
solid number.
There's
So,
I feel like
if
we
you-
could do a top 40 countdown
Yeah.
and pretty much cover.
If you want to do like the entire 100 and 104, you said 104, and add like
No,
the
that's too
sequels
much.
to stuff like that,
No.
you could do it.
Nah,
I wouldn't, but you could.
That's too many.
Exactly.
I think you do a top 40, and I think you've got it.
Let me
want all three
let me do
Santa
some
Claus
research. Let me do some
You
research.
want all what?
Like honestly,
I want
that
all
might-
3
that
Santa
might
Claus
almost
movies.
be a great one to do. Like the viewers write in and vote and say, "Hey, what's your favorite?" And then we do the spreadsheet like we used to do, and then we're just gonna do a top 40. You know,
Yeah,
just
that
quick
was way
sort,
too much.
You know,
That was way too much
Excel
work for me.
spreadsheet done.
That was way too much work for me to do that way. I'd rather just look
Well,
it up
then
and
just
call it
get
a
the
day.
data and email it to me, and I'll do the work.
We
All
would
right.
have
I'll
to do
You know
a
what?
whole-
If you guys really want, I have a 64 count bracket of Christmas movies that we did
I
last
don't
year.
want
for it.
64.
We would gladly do a
I
quick
have to
session
approve
on
the
that.
choices.
I
All
want
right,
to know
listen.
what the Masturbators fans' top Christmas movie is.
We
And then
we will
and
talk
then
about that
we
later.
vote on that.
We will talk
Die
about that
Hard.
later. We'll talk about that later. All right, number 26, Bridesmaids, 2011, versus number 75, Galaxy Quest, 1999. Bridesmaids wins by 66% of the votes.
Too low.
Who cares?
What?
I like both of these.
You didn't like Bridesmaids?
It's not that I didn't like it. Who cares? Like whoever
It wasn't
wins gets
for you.
shredded.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
We'll
You
see.
know, like
We'll
it
see.
doesn't matter.
We'll see. Juggernaut, just let everybody know right now.
Yep.
Juggernaut right here. 27, Trading Places, 1983, versus number 74, Happy Gilmore, 1996. Trading Places wins
better win.
by 58% of the votes, as it should. Fuck Happy Gilmore.
That
I said,
was-
I say it again.
No.
Listen. If
No.
you watch or listen to the Adam Sandler movie, I keep the same energy. I didn't like Happy Gilmore, and I didn't like Billy Madison.
You also chose Little Nicky, so your fucking argument is invalid.
I do choose Little Nicky. I did. Because Little Nicky, I thought was hilarious.
The defense rests.
That is a good movie.
My hair is a bird. Your argument is invalid.
Little Nicky's great. Fuck you. Listen.
Number 28. Madison, Happy Gilmore. Fuck you.
Number 28.
I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
28. Super Troopers. Super Troopers 2001 versus number 73. Meet the Parents 2000. Super Trooper
so happy about this one.
Super Trooper wins by 61% of the votes.
It should have been
That's right.
That's low, dude. Like that's low. I'm pretty sure that there was a very low amount of voters on this one because like there's no way in hell that should have happened. That should have been like 100% on Facebook and like 90% on Twitter because Twitter is just weird. So that's 10%.
Number 29, Zoolander 2001 versus number 72, Girls Trip 2017. Zoolander wins by 79% of the votes. That is bullshit.
That's because I've never been to your Googleizer before.
I don't give a damn what you quote.
What is this? School for ants?
It's not funnier than Girls Trip. Girls Trip is fucking hilarious.
It's a
I don't even know what a Yagoogly is.
Can we just is it fair to say though that Girls Trip the movie wasn't funny? It's what's her name that's funny to me. She's the fun. What the hell is her name? I can't think of her.
Okay, but
no, I think it's funny.
You can say that with every almost a lot of movies. There's one person in the movie that's hilarious, and we take them out, then they won't. But they're there though. But that's the reason why they put them on because they want to make them funny. So listen, me personally, I thought Girls Trip was better. Just me personally. All right, number 30, White Chicks, 2004, versus number 71, Life. 1999. Life wins by 73% of the votes. Good
That's
job.
Insane.
Good. No, it should have been more. It should have been more. I said it. Life is fucking amazing.
I know you don't like white chicks.
I like white chicks.
Discussion on my shows. I love white chicks.
Me too.
It was one of my top 5 favorite cop movies.
The movie. I thought you were talking about something else. No, well, I do want to say this though. The Wayans brothers, as far as comedians and directors and actors and everything else, fantastic across the board. I'm not a fan of a lot of their. I'm not a fan of a lot of their movies though, which is kind of weird because it's just they don't really pan out right to me. Major Payne was getting a lot of shit before. That is probably one of my favorite movies from them.
So I do agree that I'm iffy on Wayans brothers. Not all their movies, but definitely some. Scary Movie, Don't Be Mental Assaulted, and I love the Wayans Brothers show, the Wayans Bros. But I love that show. Actually, when we do sitcoms, I got that in the finals. Actually, God honest truth. Yo, the real shit.
In the finals,
Wayans Brothers show. Listen, for a black kid, and I would definitely say it's a nostalgia pick. But for a black kid from the hood to watch that movie, to watch that show, it felt good to watch that show. Hood shit like that. Wayans Brothers, Jimmy Fox show, like all the black shows, like got to me. And that show was funny to me. Hilarious.
And My Wife and Kids wasn't on there, which is one of the better shows by them. I love My Wife and Kids. I can't believe it wasn't on there.
I gotta do
now. Okay, you're talking about like a bracket format that other people are voting on, not just as a crew of you guys.
No. It's definitely going to be the 104. It's 104. But
okay, because I guarantee you, it's not going to make it past round 3.
It's not going to pass round 1. I know that for a fact.
What's wrong with Wayne? We broke him.
But it is what it is. All right, number 31, Clueless, 1995, versus number 70, Wayne's World, 1992.
No Stairway.
Wayne's World wins by 59% of the votes.
Yeah.
It's
that's
Clueless is another one of those movies.
And
I kind of feel uncomfortable watching that movie. It's another one of those over sexualized with the girls. They were extra with them. At least not even all of them, just what's her name. They really, Cher was really
Alicia
Over-sexualized.
Silverstone.
And then ended up with her stepbrother or ex-stepbrother. That was just weird.
Ex-stepbrother, yeah.
Ex-step.
Clueless was one of my templates for the 90s as far as
As
fashion and just like
As if.
Yeah.
And Stacey Dash was like an AARP member when she was playing a high school girl in that
She
movie.
was. She was like 40. she was like 40. Like she was
Stacey
old. but
Dash
she was,
is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh my
so.
God.
Yeah, we found out much later.
Yes. All right. Number 32, Raising Arizona, 1987. Versus number 69, Fast Time at Ridgemont High, 1982. Fast Time at Ridgemont High wins by 72% of the votes, and it should have been bigger. You damn right.
It shouldn't have won. It shouldn't have won.
Is
Raising
good,
Arizona
but-
is a horrible fucking movie. I'll say it again. Raising Arizona, the premise of Raising Arizona is fucking stupid. The three-time
Perfect Father's Day movie.
That's why it's funny.
three-time felon marries a cop, steals the baby. That's the dumbest shit.
That's why it's funny.
You would do anything for love, man, including that.
And I won't do that. Like,
Dude,
They did.
I'm sorry. Did you really
Okay.
complain about the plot of Raising Arizona as a
Yes.
loving, huge fan of surf ninjas?
Yeah, exactly.
I need you to chill.
Whoa.
Surf
It's okay
ninjas,
then, but not now.
right?
Now.
Surf
Surf ninjas. I'm
is
gonna need
better.
you to chill.
I
Surf
mean,
ninjas.
I will go for like Dwayne says. I will fall my knife. Surf ninjas plots is better than fucking Raising Arizona.
I would rather you not fall on the knife, but could I use that knife to cut up the film so that I don't have nobody else to watch it again?
Harvey has
Surf
a point
ninjas.
here.
No.
Harvey has a point here. I
No.
kind of feel like if you think that Surf Ninjas is an
No.
excellent comedy, then you are also probably a fan of Air Bud.
No,
Good God.
I am not a fan of Air Bud.
Air
And
Bud.
those are two different movies. Don't disrespect the fuck surf. Anyway, number 33, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, 2001, versus number 68, Tommy Boy, 1995. Tommy
God,
Boy.
this sucks.
So on Facebook, Jay and Silent Bob wins by 60% of the votes. However, on Twitter, Tommy Boy wins by 63% of the votes, which means that it wins by 51% of the votes.
Hey, DeAndre.
Yes.
That's
Who's
way
your
too
favorite
close.
Rascal. Is it
Alfalfa.
Alfalfa or
Alfalfa.
Spanky dinner?
Number
More
30.
motherfucking time.
Number 34, the Waterboy, 1998, versus number 67, Death Becomes Her, 1992. The
Death
Waterboy,
Becomes Her is a better movie than people expect. I will say that.
the Waterboy wins by 72% of the votes.
See,
It was
and I feel
devil.
like this one is a victim of the dude vote. If we had more of a female viewership representing here, I think Death Becomes Her wins.
Okay. I can't disagree or agree with that.
No.
I personally didn't like Death Becomes Her.
No, because of recency bias, we take
thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
that out.
All right, number 35, Caddyshack, 1980, versus number 66, Harlem Nights, 1989.
Oof.
No, thank you.
Motherfucker.
Caddyshack wins by 73% of the votes.
And that's absolutely ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
Yeah, like-
I can't
Caddyshack
believe
is a
it's
good
that.
movie, but it is overrated.
What? Caddyshack? or Harlem
Completely.
Nights?
Like,
Caddyshack. I
Yeah.
like it, but it is overrated.
It's one of those. It's kind of generational. It's got funny moments. It's got really good people in it.
But it's-
Aykroyd's in it.
It's not the best performance by any of the actors in it.
It's a great ensemble, and it's a really fun.
So is Harlem
story.
Nights.
Kind of.
I agree with you. Harlem
Like-
Nights.
Like Caddyshack is great, kind of. Because if you take every one of those individual comedians, would you rather watch Caddyshack or one of their other movies? For me, I would rather watch one of their other movies than Caddyshack.
Me too, for sure.
All right. So here's a ridiculous matchup. I'm not gonna lie to you. Every time I look at the matchup, I just laugh. Number 36, Team America, World Police, 2004.
Fuck yeah.
Versus number 65, The Happy Time Murders, 2018.
I love that it's puppets versus Muppets.
Yeah, versus puppets.
So
I'm
good.
pretty sure that was done on purpose, and you know it.
But it
I didn't know.
wasn't, though.
I swear to
That's the
God,
best
I did.
part because I called DeAndre out on this in a text.
I didn't do
was
it on
like, Bro,
purpose.
you did this shit on
I did not
purpose.
do
He's
it
like,
on
no, I
purpose.
didn't.
It just happened. Okay, it just happened. But Team America did win by 66% of the votes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Listen. Happy Time Murders is fucking hilarious to me. That's just, hey baby, you want some rotten cotton?
Yep. I swear that rotten cotton is your favorite line.
It is. He said for two plays for $40, I'll suck your dick. He said that's a good price. I wish I had a dick to suck for.
All I have to say about this matchup is Matt Damon.
Oh, that's just hilarious.
Good.
All right, number 37, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, 1994, or number 64. I can never say this word right. Idiocracy, 2006.
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy. Yeah, I always say it wrong. But Ace Ventura wins by 76% of the votes.
Yeah, that's a name value thing. My question though, I had this question the other day because Ace Ventura made it into the football bracket on Bracketology. Is Ace Ventura Pet Detective a football movie?
No.
No.
It kind of has football as a secondary plot twist.
It has football in it, but I don't think so. No.
This matchup,
But if the thing is though, is that if you take the football part out of it, would the plot still make sense?
Yes.
Well, you
just replace it with something else.
Yeah, put it with something else. I mean, you could put
like
it
like that
You
person.
could replace it with
diamonds,
baseball or hockey.
Well, it don't have to be sports. It could be like somebody stole diamonds
Yeah.
or somebody.
In any profession.
Yeah, it could be anything.
Well, so wouldn't that same aspect be used for like Die Hard being a Christmas movie then?
Well, yeah.
Well, it could be a Valentine's
yeah,
Day
but
movie,
it
right?
is a
like
Christmas movie.
Die Hard could be a Valentine's Day movie or
So-
a Halloween movie, or it depends on the date. They just happen to be.
You got a
set
point.
on
You got a
Christmas.
point there, actually. No, think about it.
So
You do have
if
a
Die
point
Hard's a
there, I
Christmas
don't
movie,
like
which I agree, Die Hard is a Christmas movie, then why isn't Ace Ventura Pet Detective a
Ace
football movie?
Ventura might have to be a football movie. That's a good argument.
If that's the criteria, then yes, you're correct.
Yeah. No, though.
But I will say that Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Camacho should have won this fucking matchup.
Yeah. Anyway, number 38, number 38, Barbershop, 2002, versus number 63, Beverly Hills Cop, 1984. Beverly Hills Cop wins by 91% of the votes.
Should have been worse.
Damn right.
Should have been like 109%.
109 is not a
This
big
and
deal.
probably its next matchup, just on the fact that it's Beverly Hills Cop.
Number 39, The Wood, 1999, versus number 62, Office Space, 1999. Office Space wins. Office Space wins by 80% of the votes.
Name value. Again,
No, it should
name
not.
value.
No, it should not be worse. I'm okay.
I feel like
I'm
it
okay
should've
with it
been
winning. I'm okay with it winning, but definitely if it should be worse, that's bullshit. That's 100% bullshit.
I feel like this could have been one of our 0.5s. Like this to me could have been one of the half points.
Number 40, Sasha's Party, 2016, versus number 61, Little Shop of Horrors, 1986.
Too easy.
Little Shop of Horror wins by 77% of the votes.
Yeah, that should have been worse.
That should have been a lot. That should have been 109%.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah, they should get a next round bye for how bad it beat up.
Number 41, Role Models. Number 41, Role Models, 2008, versus number 60, Big, 1988.
Oh, I love Big.
Big wins by 65% of the votes.
Should have been worse.
The coffee shop scene is really the best part of Role Models.
Role Models is hilarious.
It is.
Role
But
Models is fucking hilarious.
Role Models is hilarious.
To say it should be worse, I don't think that those things so at all. But Role Models is hilarious.
Okay, I
Big
think
is a
as a
better movie.
comedy though, yeah, Big is a better movie, but Role Models is a better comedy because Big has Big has so many other redeeming values to it, which makes it a better movie.
Yeah.
But Role Models is just it's funny. It's a funny freaking movie.
Honestly,
Yeah.
though,
So.
is Role Model any different from all of those movies those guys do? Role Model is the same as every
And they're
one of
still
those
funny.
Yeah, but it's the same premise. They just keep doing the same shit over and over
But
again.
if it's still if it doesn't not broke, don't fix it.
If it
Right,
works,
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
not saying it's
Yeah.
not funny, but eventually, what's left?
The
It's the
funny
same
shit.
thing. Yeah.
The money in people's wallets going
Yeah,
to the movie theater. That's what's left.
Yeah.
All right, number 42, Clerks, 1994, versus number 59, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 1986.
Whew.
Both of these movies are overrated.
Oh my god.
Ferris
Fuck
Bueller.
you! What the
Dude,
hell?
what is your problem with 80s movies? Like,
Ferris-
who hurt you?
No, I don't have a problem with 80s movies. I love a lot of 80s movies. The Princess Bride, which is one of my favorite movies, is an 80s movie. So that should go ahead and qualify that entire freaking statement.
Yeah, but you
Two,
hate like Breakfast Club. You hate
because
like,
they're all
Ferris-
overrated. I always tell people,
Whoa,
I
Breakfast Club.
don't-
You heard what he
it's not-
said? Cut his
It's
mic.
not-
Cut his mic.
it's not the movies themselves, it's the movie fans. I still say the same thing with
What?
Star Wars.
Seriously, yo, if I could cut your brakes, I would. But just cut his mic. Cut his mic.
You think Breakfast Club overrated?
Yes.
Oh my
I'm gonna
god!
pray for you.
No. Sorry. Breakfast Club is not overrated. It's just a crappy movie.
Oh,
There's a
that's
difference.
even worse.
Yeah,
Seriously,
no,
listen,
there's a
now I
difference.
want to cut your cable. I want everything. Chop it up.
Oh my god!
Just like your gardener.
Listen,
Come to my office. It's your fucking
Sir-
fine.
sir.
Oh my god.
Sir.
listen. We got to keep going. Listen. So Ferris Bueller Day Off wins by 67% of the votes. Okay. Oh God!
Dude, I know. I'm hurt.
Hashtag pray for this man.
Like
Yes.
right here.
I'd say I've done worse to you, Harvey. You know that.
Yes,
Number-
you have, you son of a bitch.
Number 43, Pitch Perfect, 2012, versus number 58, There's Something About Mary, 1998.
How'd you
Movie
get the
generations.
beat?
19. Sorry. There's Something About Mary wins by 70% of the votes.
Should have been bigger.
It's
Is
the
that
better
No, should have been smaller. I agree with the decision. Something About Mary is a funnier movie, but I'm still a fan of Pitch Perfect. Singing aside, I mean, people know I'm a huge fan of musicals. My birthday bracket is going to be a musical bracket, but Pitch Perfect has some funniest freaking scenes in it, like her getting smacked in the chest by a flying burrito and thinking she's been shot and everything else. There's the entire thing about her and Bumper, about the entire makeout thing. It's like maybe we should make out, and she's like, well, I often think I should do meth, but then I'm like, no.
Better not.
You love that
No.
intelligent humor, don't you, Freddie? Yeah. Getting hit in the chest by a
I
burrito.
say
I love a whole
That
bunch of
shit
different
all the
humor.
time.
All right. Number 44, Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993, versus number 57, Borat. Mrs. Doubtfire wins by 77% of the votes.
It's like the only time I would vote for Doubtfire.
That should have been higher.
Wow.
That should have been higher.
I gotta say, I love Mrs. Doubtfire, but in terms of pure just comedy, Borat is absolutely hilarious. I think it's funnier than Doubtfire.
Borat.
I
is-
think you're talking, and I'm
funnier,
a Robin
yes, but it's not a good
Williams
movie.
super fan. I'm a super fan. But
Borat.
Borat's funnier than Doubtfire.
Borat is absolutely fucking
Horrible.
stupid.
Horrible.
It's stupid.
Borat's horrible.
It's fucking dumb. I'm
It's
sorry.
I'm not
Yeah.
asking you if it's a good movie, but I'm talking about funnier. Borat's not a good movie. But
I
it's
don't need
funnier.
to see a dude wrestling another dude in a fucking thong, rubbing his butthole on.
No,
some
they was
dude's
naked.
forehead.
They was naked. They was
Yeah,
butt
naked.
naked.
I mean,
The only good thing about Borat, only good thing to come out of Borat is Danhausen.
Okay.
the best part was when the
That's
screen
it.
went dark because the movie
If
was.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
All right.
I don't even watch AEW and I know about Danhausen. Come on.
All right.
Wait, speaking of
Very nice, very
Breakfast
evil.
Club, I have such deep admiration for guys who roll around on the floor with other guys.
Okay.
I bet you do.
I mean, I wrestled.
Granted, I'm a wrestling fan too, so.
So number 45, Dumb and Dumber, 1994. Verse number 56, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, 1988.
Oh,
Dude.
Forgot about this one.
On Facebook, Who Framed Roger Rabbit wins by 52% of the votes. On Twitter, Dumb and Dumber wins by 56% of the votes, which technically means it wins by 52% of the votes.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I quit.
Dumb and Dumber. Sorry.
I'd be happy with that.
Roger Rabbit is the better movie. It is. Roger Rabbit is the better movie, but Dumb and Dumber has not only the name value, but it also has a lot more repeatable lines to it, just like the entire
Pretty bird.
doing all these dumb things, and you like
Sir.
come back and totally redeem yourself. That one, it's one of the most quotable lines. I still do it.
The most annoying sound.
Most annoying sound in the world. Yeah.
I was way off.
If you want to know something,
all the time.
just consider that Roger Rabbit, they offered that movie to Eddie Murphy first, and he said no. Imagine
For which
Eddie
role?
Murphy.
Ooh.
Leave.
For the lead.
Bob Hoskins' role?
Yes.
For
Bob
Roger.
Hoskins.
Imagine Eddie Murphy getting to do whatever he wanted with that script.
That
God.
would have been amazing.
All right.
I still use the line "kick his ass, Steve ass." So.
Oh yeah,
Number 46, Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery, 1997. Versus number 55, Friday, 1995.
Fucking Friday.
On Facebook, Friday wins by 52% of the votes.
As it should.
On Twitter, Austin Powers wins by 63% of the votes, which means it wins by 56% of the votes.
No.
I'm fine with either of these winning.
I
They're
am
both
not.
great
That-
movies,
that-
and they're
whoa.
different.
Austin
That's hard.
Powers.
That's difficult. Friday's
Austin
great.
Powers was funny at the time.
They're both
If you
great.
go back and watch it
Yeah.
now, it's really not as funny. It didn't age well.
It works it works the first time you see it, but
Right.
once you get past his shtick, it's not funny anymore.
And then it's done. And then
That's
the
the
rest of
thing.
the Austin Powers movies aren't really all that much more funny than the first one.
Mhm.
All right. Number 47, Ghostbusters, 1984. Versus number 54, Superbad, 2007. Ghostbusters wins by 63% of the votes.
Should have been bigger.
That's bullshit.
Name
What?
value. No. This is This is name value.
It should have been bigger.
Ghostbusters.
Oh my God.
Ghostbusters is a
value.
masterpiece. Okay,
So is Superbad.
Ghostbusters is
So-
a masterpiece.
Really?
Superbad's
No.
funnier. Superbad's
Yes.
funnier.
It is not funnier than Ghostbusters.
Superbad's
No.
way funnier than
Yeah, it is.
Ghostbusters. Superbad
Yeah, it is.
definitely funny.
No,
Get the
son.
oh my God.
It is. No,
Ghostbusters might be-
Superbad is
Ghostbusters might be a better movie.
Superbad.
I'll give you that. But it's not funnier than the Superbad. It's not. No way in hell it's funnier than Superbad.
There's only
Gilmore.
one line.
No.
There's only one line in Ghostbusters that still makes me laugh, and that's the entire. Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
This man
That
has
is the
no
only
idea.
line. That is the only line in that movie that still makes me laugh.
Dogs and
Superbad.
cats
There is no
living
Dana,
together. Mass
Only
hysteria.
Zool.
Mass
It's
hysteria.
still.
Oh my
It's
God.
still not. Yeah.
So God is truth. So God is truth. And you can say what I want. I said it before to Amanda and Casey that Ghostbusters 2 is better than Ghostbusters 1. So
That's wrong.
I do think Ghostbusters 2 is better than Ghostbusters 1.
Oh.
And
I
I do
don't
think
think it's
Superbad
better.
is
I think
funnier.
it's cool.
Superbad is
And
funnier
you are
than-
entitled to your wrong opinion. It is okay.
It's America, baby. We
No,
fought for the
We
right
love
to be
you
wrong,
anyway,
and we
Dre.
won.
It's just.
Listen,
Be wrong.
bullshit. Anyway, next
Wrong.
next
It's wrong for a long time.
matchup. Next matchup. Number 48, Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, 2004. Versus number 53, Pineapple Express, 2008.
Hey, everyone, come see how wonderful I look.
Anchorman wins by 65% of the
By
votes.
97%.
65. Don't get me wrong.
Should have been worse.
I don't care either way. I'm not a big
I'm
fan of
surprised
either.
it's not worse, but yeah, I agree with it.
All right. Number 49, A Fish Called Wanda, 1988. Versus number 52, The Hangover, 2009.
Eh.
The Hangover wins by 67% of the vote.
But did
here
you
has seen A Fish
die?
Called Wanda?
But did you die?
Who has seen A
Nope,
Fish Called Wanda?
nope,
Honestly,
One of my favorite movies
all
ever.
everyone has seen it. Oh, that's
Yes.
good.
Yes,
Been
and,
many years.
and,
but yeah.
and the Hangover is better.
It really
Yeah.
isn't, dude.
The
It
Hangover
really
is.
is.
It is.
God,
It really
oh,
isn't.
A Fish Called Wanda just really kind of missed for me. I mean, I don't know. It just A Fish Called Wanda it's a good movie, but it's not on my list.
All right,
I would
last
rather
one.
watch Bruce Campbell.
Last one is matchup.
I agree.
This is gonna get good. This is gonna get good next round. So last one is matchup.
Oh boy.
Number 50, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, 1987, versus Elf, 2003.
You could have stopped the first one.
On Facebook, it was a 50-50 split.
Wow.
And half of them are wrong.
But
Nobody asked you, Patrice.
PTA wins by 56% of the votes.
Absolute
I
classic,
say-
brilliant 80s movie.
I say he's drunk. How would he know where we're going? Like on a weekly basis. But I
Still
also
not my favorite John Candy movie though.
Shenanigans.
Who's Harry Crumb?
Uncle Buck.
Okay,
The
Uncle
Great
Bob.
Outdoors.
so like
Great
I told,
Outdoors. That's it.
like I said that. Oh, Jesus
Harry and the
Christ.
Hendersons.
No, the Great Outdoors is horrible. Anyway, listen. So,
Candy isn't Harry and the Hendersons, is he?
No,
So-
I'm just listing movies that were not on this list that should have been.
Oh, okay.
So for round two, like I said, everybody, I reseed. So the higher seed will always play the low seed. All right. So round two, number one, Dazed and Confused, which is horrible by the fucking way. Dazed and Confused versus Scary Movie. Dazed and
Scary
Confused.
Movie 2 is better.
Scary Movie 2 is better.
Vote both of them off the island.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Can we get like one of them off, like one of the ones that got voted out, and put them in?
Listen, Dazed and Confused wins by 62% of the votes. Airplane. Airplane versus Spies Like Us. Airplane wins by 73% of the votes.
Damn
Should have been higher.
Should have been higher. Wow.
Yeah, should have been higher. That is
That's
pure
strong.
slapstick comedy.
Yeah.
That is pure slapstick comedy. It has one of the most
That was Spies Like
the
Us.
most famous
Yeah.
lines ever.
Mhm.
It has one of the most famous lines ever being "Don't call me
Don't-
Shirley."
Serious.
Don't call
Yeah.
me Shirley.
Call me Shirley.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail versus School of Rock. Monty Python wins by 67% of the votes.
Yeah.
Should have been higher.
Should have been a hell of a lot more.
Eh,
Mm-hmm.
Major
lot
Payne.
more.
Major Payne versus Undercover Brother. Major Payne wins by 69% of the votes.
Nope.
nice.
Undercover Brother had its
I'm
moments.
50-50 on that one.
They weren't. They were 69.
But
Dude, The Big Lebowski versus Better Off Dead.
For me, this is hard. These are both
Not me
mine.
either, but I guarantee you, the entire name value with Big Lebowski is gonna tear it apart.
Which wins by
Yeah,
62%
for
of the
sure.
votes.
Yep.
All right.
who actually
Now-
saw Better Off Dead that voted
Of
on this? I think 'cause
Oh.
Better Off Dead is awesome. Awesome.
I don't
So
think I
good.
voted on this one.
I will vote for
Truly
Better Off Dead
a
every
sight
time.
to be
John Cusack. That's like, to me, that's the beginning of like his
John Cusack is like the love of my life, so I will vote for him every time.
Mhm.
The love
So
of your
God of
life
Truth.
is a list like this freaking long.
Yeah.
I can have as many as I want.
So God of Truth, the reason why I did the 80s tournament, because the lady said, I want to see more John Cusack movies. I said, okay, I do 80s
All of
tournament.
them are in the 80s.
So,
Well,
That
no,
is
but
not
you know what?
No,
true.
no.
He's got a Stephen
most
King
of them.
movie. He did a
Most
little
of them.
something past. You
Most
know
of
that.
He's
All right.
done a
Serendipity is
lot.
in the 90s too. So
Identity, Runaway
Point
Journey,
Serendipity.
Point proven.
Gross Point Blank.
Grosse
Point
Point
Blank.
Blank. Thank you.
so
Sorry.
American Pie versus When Harry Met Sally. American Pie wins by 60% of the votes.
Trash.
Shouldn't have.
Trash.
Bullshit.
Trash.
I
So
agree with
wrong.
I agree.
So
Especially
wrong.
that. Especially that of the 9 movies that are out now. It's not the worst one, but it's not the best one either.
I agree. Actually,
TNT.
I love Wedding. I love
American Wedding is good.
I love Wedding, and I love Naked Mile. Naked Mile is fucking.
Naked Mile's good. Beta House is my favorite.
Beta House is funny as shit too.
I have not watched the straight to video ones.
the Princess Bride versus National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh,
Rusty. Here, Dad.
The Princess Bride wins by 64% of the votes.
No.
Fucking comedy.
Christmas Vacation should have won that. Yeah.
Groundhog's Day versus Life.
Out of Peppy.
Groundhog Day wins by 74% of the votes.
we're doing this again.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Me too. Oh, damn.
I like Life.
Best movie ever? Wow, that's bold.
Really, Travis?
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. No,
Yeah.
that is true.
Yeah, it is
Travis, you are a great
Casey?
freaking person.
Travis and I 100% agree because The Princess Bride is one of, if not the best movie ever made, but it is not the best comedy ever made. We'll get to that later.
Casey, should we
Yes.
have him listen to our Evening at the Movies episode about The Princess Bride?
Probably. All right. The 40-year-old virgin.
Had me on that one.
Yeah, because I guarantee
They already did
We already did it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you should have had me on that one, dude. I love that
He's
movie.
the super fan.
Love
the
that
40
movie.
The 40-year-old
we may
virgin.
revisit down the road.
The 40-year-old virgin versus Wayne's World. Wayne's World actually won on Twitter by 53% of the votes. But on Facebook, 40-year-old virgin wins by 76% of the votes.
Decimated.
Denied.
Blazing Saddles versus A Fast Time at Ridgemont High.
Get rid of that.
Blazing,
I thought too.
Sorry, you have the clapper.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm lazy as shit.
Clap on.
Blazing Saddles Blazing Saddles wins by 68% of the votes.
And it should have been worse.
68.
Yeah.
That's
I actually agree with that.
At least 69.
The real that's the
At
rarely
least.
the rare me and Harvey agree. I actually agree that should have been worse actually.
Mhm.
National Lampoon's Animal House versus Tommy Boy. Animal House wins by 61% of the votes.
Oh, that's way too high.
I gave my love a cherry.
I do love.
I
Animal
love both
House,
of these
but
movies so much. But
Tommy Boy should have
Tommy Boy
should have
is
won
a
that. Better
classic.
movie.
I say your head has a thin candy shell all the time.
This is Spinal Tap versus Beverly Hills Cop.
Wow.
Beverly Hills Cop wins by 68% of the votes.
At least it.
That is too
Not
low.
enough.
Not enough.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure versus
Shouldn't be here.
versus Office Space.
Nobody asked you.
Office Space wins by 59% of the votes.
At least the right movie won.
Yeah.
PC load letter. What the fuck does that mean?
What do you mean, paper jam? Why is
Why is it say paper jam when there is no
love
paper
that.
jam?
21 Jump Street versus Little Shop of Horrors. Little Shop of Horrors
21,
wins by-
20.
Little Shop of Horrors wins by 68% of the votes.
Okay.
Too high.
Mm.
I concur. Not with Freddie.
I love
Science, bitches.
Like obviously I already know like what movie wins the whole thing, but I love going
I
back
don't
through
remember.
these and going, oh yeah, I forgot about this one.
The Jerk versus Big. Big wins by 62% of the votes.
He hates these cans. Get away from the cans. He's mad at the cans.
This could have gone either way for me.
Wedding Crashers versus Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Wedding Crashers wins by 67% of the votes.
Incorrect.
It should. No. She was my
No,
first
no, no.
agent.
Sorry. Ferris Bueller's Day Off win by 67% of the votes.
What?
Sorry.
You're messing with me.
Sorry.
Don't be doing that stuff like that. I was so happy.
That's my 100% fault. I apologize for that.
Good, I'm blaming you.
You're like that guy at the Oscars.
So you mean Steve Harvey?
Harvey?
You should have been
It's
quicker.
La La Land. Oh wait, it's not.
You almost had it.
All right. Coming to America versus There's Something About Mary. Coming to America wins by 65% of the votes.
How so low?
Agreed.
The Blues Brothers versus The Hangover. On Twitter, the Blues Brothers wins by 54% of the votes. On Facebook, The Hangover won by 75% of the votes, which means it wins by 60% of the votes.
Because only 4 people voted on Facebook.
That's a bullshit lie.
Hangover is
Blues Brothers is not funnier
thoroughly
than The
overrated.
Hangover.
It's not. It's a
not
classic
funny.
movie.
It's not funny.
It's a
I
classic
love the
movie, but
Blues
just
Brothers.
it's not
funny.
Mission from
How
God.
much for your women? The girls. How much for the girls?
The Naked Gun versus Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh.
PTA wins by 61% of the votes.
I'll take it.
I think I refuse to vote on that one because
I'm pretty sure I did too. Those are both decent movies.
Shaun of the Dead versus Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy.
Sean better win this.
On Facebook, it was a 50-50 split.
Wow.
Anchorman wins by 56% of the votes.
I have leather-bound books, and my office smells of rich mahogany.
Why don't you go back to
Damn
your
it,
home
Twitter.
on Poor Island? I'm Ron Burgundy.
Bridesmaids versus Ghostbusters.
Buzzsaw.
Ghostbusters wins by 87% of the votes.
Yeah, should have. Or higher, actually.
Yeah, I can see that. Trading Places versus Austin Powers. Trading Places wins by 65% of the votes.
Yes.
Okay.
Agreed.
Yeah. Super Troopers versus Dumb and Dumber.
Oh.
On Twitter, Dumb and Dumber wins by 63% of the votes.
They're wrong.
But Facebook, Super Troopers win by 67% of the votes, which means it wins by 52% of the votes.
Okay.
Thank you, Facebook.
Zoolander versus Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire wins by 66% of the votes.
Okay.
I don't like that. I love Mrs. Doubtfire. I just think Zoolander's funnier.
Zoolander, no.
I don't like Mrs. Doubtfire, but I can't stand Zoolander.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you have no taste.
I actually
Damn, she said
Yes,
you
I
have
do. I
COVID.
listen to your show.
Oh,
Hey.
why you guys do me like that?
You lucky.
I just said I do have taste because I listen to your show.
Thank you. Okay.
That's a compliment, and everybody went the opposite direction. That is your
I
idea, not
respected
mine.
what you said. I respected that.
No,
Chris.
I took it as a compliment.
Yeah.
Everybody went,
So,
oh, no,
I was just talking shit. That was my fault.
The Waterboy versus Ace Ventura. Ace Ventura wins by 73% of the votes.
Bastards.
The her.
Yeah, her.
Sir.
And the last matchup in this round, Caddyshack versus Team America World Police.
Overrated.
Caddyshack wins by 86% of the votes.
Yeah.
What are these 90% votes, man? I need some 90% votes.
Well,
I need to throw some shame on some movies.
They're not
You
in this
shouldn't.
bracket.
Yeah, you shouldn't get any. You shouldn't get
Yeah,
any
the
more.
closer we get to the end, there should be some tighter matchups.
Yeah, should be
Yeah.
tighter.
Yeah.
What she said.
All right.
Uh-huh.
All right. Round 3. Dazed and Confused versus Beverly Hills Cop.
How is Dazed and Confused still here?
Exactly. It was ranked
Yeah.
number
Well,
one.
it's about to be eliminated.
It is going. Beverly Hills Cop wins by 70% of the votes.
Bang.
All right.
Bigger.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
I'm gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
You gotta join
Gotta
on
say
you,
that with your
man.
soul,
Be
brother.
like Cougar
It's
if
so
you
good.
did.
Oh god.
Airplane versus Office Space.
Ooh.
On Twitter,
Airplane.
on Twitter, Office Space wins by 51% of the vote. On Facebook, Airplane wins by 56% of the votes, which means
I'm
it
not
wins by
mad.
53% of the votes.
Not mad.
I'm not even mad. I'm happy. Happy.
I think I feel like Airplane is very slapstick. We love it. It's hilarious. But I feel like Office Space, if you have ever worked in any kind of office environment, this movie is so fucking relatable. Like when he's talking about how I have 8 different bosses, like I've lived that. And when it's
Yeah.
like PC Love Letter, what the fuck does that mean? Like I've lived that. Like it's so relatable. But yeah, anyway.
Mighty
Reese
Pipe.
Mystery.
I kill everybody here.
Mr. Lumber's back to the radio at a reasonable volume.
Mighty Python and the Holy Grail versus Little Shop of Horror. Mighty Python wins by 70% of the votes.
Oh Lord,
Damn,
holy is
dude.
thy hand grenade, that with it thou may blow thy enemies to tiny bits in thy mercy.
Major Payne. Major Payne versus Big. On Facebook, it was a 50-50 split.
Why?
Big wins overall by 61% of the votes.
Damn right it
Yeah.
did.
Twitter.
The Big Lebowski versus Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bow.
Can you say Big Lebowski again?
Lebowski, homie.
Lebowski.
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 Well, it lost, so the big loser.
The big loser seed.
the big loser.
Mahmoud
Loses by
knocked me
66% of the votes. Goddamn, fuck that movie.
Not nominating and not gonna work here
Adding
anymore.
an N where there is no N.
All right, Lebowski. As I said, Lebowski.
No, you said Lebowski.
Lebowski.
It still lost. All right, so 66% of the votes. So I don't have to say that shit anymore.
Not gonna work here anymore.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you,
American-
Wayne.
American Pie versus The Hangover. The Hangover actually won on Facebook by 54% of the votes. American Pie wins by 52% of the overall votes.
American Pie isn't even the best American Pie movie.
I know. Not even close, actually.
Whatever.
The Princess Bride versus
Wins.
Plane, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, this is a painful one.
Ooh.
No,
Princess-
not for me.
The Princess Bride wins by 68% of the votes.
Still
People
short.
I'll
didn't
take
see
it.
the voters. It should have been closer. People didn't see this
No.
movie. Planes, Trains is beautiful.
Yeah.
People didn't see this
I
movie. It's in
mean,
the third round.
No. Still, I don't know. It's
You have to think a lot of the people voting may not be as seasoned as me and Harvey and Casey. in our movie watching skills.
motherfuckers, y'all not as
Old.
old as I is.
I wasn't
No.
gonna
And
say
thank
old.
you.
God
You're
damn.
not old, baby. I'm old. You're
I
seasoned.
would hate to kill you. You seem a decent fellow.
You're
Oh, he had to
sophisticated.
die.
It's Scarlet.
You seem a decent fellow.
Thank you.
All right, Groundhog's Day versus Anchorman. On Facebook, this was a 50-50 split.
Why?
Wow.
Both overrated.
Will you
Groundhog
shut
Day,
up? Is there anything not overrated in your opinion besides the Princess
Oh,
Bride?
a lot of them. There's a lot
Groundhog
of movies
Day,
that are very underrated.
Groundhog Day wins by 57% of the votes.
I'll take it.
That's probably
The
Bill
right
Murray's
movie
best. That
won.
might be his best performance, all in all, man.
What?
Mm.
I do not
No.
agree with that.
Lost in
No.
translation. If you like a thinker, man, that
Yeah.
shit was fun.
No,
No.
no. See, Lost in Translation was weird to me. It was because I don't know how old Scarlett Johansson was in that movie, and it was just weird to me, like that romantic
Sure.
thing.
If you like a real thinker comedy, I mean, Lost in Translation,
Yeah.
that's your shit.
It's good.
I still think that
Groundhog Day, not a big thinker, right?
Captain, my Captain. I forgot what the movie was.
Dead Poets?
The
Dead
best.
Poets?
Yeah,
The
Dead
Post
Poets
Society.
Society.
Dead Post Society probably his best. One of the best.
Bill Murray's not in that movie.
He's not in Dead Poets.
No,
Oh, you
Not
said Bill
Rob
Murray.
Williams.
Oh, you said Bill Murray. Shit. Fuck.
Oh, I was like,
What you
but-
smoking,
And even
homie?
that's
Oh,
not-
my goodness.
And even that was
Sure.
not even Robin Williams' best work.
You
Right.
oh, you're out of your
One of-
fucking
it's
mind.
one of
That
them.
is
It's
his
one
It's
of
not
them.
his best
you
at all.
are-
No, it's a damn good movie.
Oh my
I love.
God.
Okay, I love Dead Poets Society,
Okay.
but it's not some of his best work.
Clearly, you don't.
Yeah. We did top five Robin
That is one of my
Williams
top
movies on the
3
Sip
all-time favorite movies. Is Dead
Mine
Poets
too,
Society.
Dwayne.
Dead
I-
Poets Society.
No,
That's
no,
what-
it's a
my
damn good
number
movie. I
one.
love the movie, but it's not as far as Robin Williams go. It's him in general is not. It's not like his best.
That's
His best work.
interesting.
It's a good. It's
His
a good
dramatic
drama.
roles outweigh his
All right,
comedic
we're gonna take over our
Oh,
normal run
okay.
over time.
Yeah, you're
not
fired.
with
Right.
our,
We are
top
definitely
fives,
going-
but with this
we-
particular
We're
question,
going to close that, and then we'll say that for later. Say that for later. All right. The 40-year-old virgin versus
Put a pin in that
Ghostbusters.
one.
40-year-old virgin versus Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters wins by 75% of the votes.
Yes.
Not gonna lie, I think the 40-year-old virgin is funnier. Just me personally.
It is.
Ghostbusters is a better movie.
It's
40-year-old
a
virgin is
different
funny.
kind of
it's
funny.
and a better comedy.
I could see it either way.
It's funnier. I bet the food there was better. I bet the trailers were better. Everything was better.
The craft
than
service
Ghostbusters.
table was
The
better.
soundtrack was better. Everything was
the
better.
soundtrack was better.
Then Ghostbusters.
We might find out on a future episode of Bracket Bastards.
I gotta see it. I gotta listen to both of them.
Stub your toe.
Because I know
Also,
for
like,
I know for a
26
fact
years
that
later.
Step Brother, not Step Brother, 40. No, sorry. You're right.
40-year-old virgin.
Ghostbusters.
I know I'm right. It's cool.
Ghostbusters
Keep it
right.
moving, bro.
Yeah.
I knew before I said it. Go
I was
ahead.
talking about Superbad.
Yo,
Superbad.
love,
Superbad soundtrack is fucking amazing.
higher.
Anyway,
Ray
all right,
Parker Jr. won an Oscar.
that's one
Or
song.
got nominated.
Like, you
Yeah.
can't-
And then
It's like the only
probably got
song.
sued for using a sample he shouldn't have. You remember?
All right, listen.
Yes.
Blazing Saddles versus
Win.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Blazing Saddles wins by 66% of the votes.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
That hurt me, but it had to happen, man.
Yeah.
National Lampoon's Animal House versus Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. I don't know. Listen, I'm afraid of this reaction, but Ace Ventura wins overall by 51% of the votes.
Ooh, tight.
I'm not mad about it.
No, it was close, but they're both good.
I'm mad about it. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Coming to America versus
Wins.
Caddyshack.
Yeah.
Finally.
hmm
Finally.
Caddyshack wins by 51%
What?
of the votes.
Oh, motherfucker! No.
Oh, I forgot about that
No.
one. That's right. I went full flame. I was Master Roshi
Flames
on Facebook
on the
after that
side
one.
of my
That's right.
face.
This is bullshit. This is 100% bullshit.
Yes, you're right.
100% bullshit.
I had to like
Bullshit.
command this shit.
And Emily, who's a lover to death, she loves Caddyshack. We had an argument for it. There's no way in fucking hell Coming to America is not better than fucking Caddyshack.
I'm vetoing this shit. Coming to America moves on to the next round.
That's what I'm
Sorry,
saying.
Emily. I
Trading,
appreciate you, Emily, but that's an incorrect assumption.
I
Trading
agree with
Places-
Emily.
No, anyway, Trading Places versus Super Troopers. Trading Places win by 70% of the votes.
I'll take it.
I call
There are
shenanigans.
So many other better movies at this
Illusion.
point in the bracket that I don't even care about this matchup.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna pistol whip the next person that says shenanigans.
What?
Drink my liter of cola.
Does that look like spit
That's
to you?
just some
Don't
shenanigans.
spit in
So-
that cop's burger.
so this one, we're in the fourth round. And normally in the fourth round, the top seed gets a bye. So that means Airplane gets a bye. The number 2 seed, it gets a bye. All right. So we got
Alright.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail versus Beverly Hills Cop. Mighty Python wins by 53% of the votes.
That's close.
Okay, it's close. I'll take it.
It should have been close.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know, we
Now
call
you know.
our 0.5s the Friday votes. 3 brackets ago, sorry. Friday won by 50.5 twice. So every 50.5 vote will be named the Friday vote. And here's the Friday vote. We got American Pie versus Big. They both won on different social media sites by 51% of the votes. But if you do percentages, American Pie wins by 50.5% of the votes.
That is trash. Hell no.
I disagree.
If you're gonna go out though, that's a good way to go out.
You go out swinging.
Yeah.
Like, listen, go out swinging so you can't keep swinging.
Yeah, to a better movie though.
See, but we're also to that point in the bracket though, where
Yeah.
we've got so many really great films
Yeah.
that this matchup no longer
Nobody's
matters.
going to be happy.
Yeah.
But American
it
Pie isn't
doesn't
one of
matter
those
who
great
wins.
movies.
You
It's
right
a
about
great
that.
movie, but it doesn't matter because whoever this goes up against, it gets shredded
lose.
later. It has to.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Princess Bride versus Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Thank you.
The Princess Bride wins by 57% of the vote.
I disagree
Low.
with that. Ferris is funnier. I love Princess Bride. Ferris is
Oh
funnier.
yeah? Do you have 6 fingers on your right hand?
This the only time I disagree. Like, I do think there's funnier movies than Princess Bride, but Ferris Bueller and Princess Bride, they got the same type of comedy. Like, I don't think either is funnier than either.
Wow.
Dead.
Me personally,
I
just
think
personally.
Ferris is way funnier.
I do think that Princess Bride is a way better movie.
Mm.
It's just I think they're equal in comedy.
I like Princess Bride better. I think Ferris is funnier.
So, Bill Murray fans, ready for this?
Mhm.
Got Groundhog
No.
Day. Groundhog Day versus Ghostbusters.
Fuck me.
Groundhog Day.
Ghostbusters wins by 68% of the votes.
Back off, man.
See,
I'm a
that's-
scientist.
No, that's name value. That's got to
No,
be name
it's
value
not.
on that
Stop
one.
dropping
It's
that.
Bill
It is.
Murray versus Bill Murray. How is it name value?
No,
It
no,
is-
It's
not
the,
as
the
far
movie
as the
names is
movie
what he's
goes.
saying.
People know Ghostbusters just because of as far as it's more mainstream than Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day.
I mean, that's fair. It was
And-
marketed better. I mean, Groundhog Day doesn't have its own cereal. You know, I mean, I'll give you that.
Groundhog Day also suffers because of the movie. Crap! There's a horror movie that just came out.
Yeah,
Happy
we
Death
talked
Day.
about that
Happy
recently.
Death Day.
Yeah,
Happy
so
Death Day.
it's one of those things that it just kind of screwed over Groundhog's Day. It's a sad loss, but I agree with it.
Okay.
I love she has a Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man.
Blazing Saddles. Jesus
It's a
Christ.
Build-A-Bear.
Nice.
And he smells like marshmallow and he plays the Ghostbusters song.
Oh.
Blazing Saddles versus Ace Ventura.
Yeah. The time has
Blazing Saddles wins by 65% of the votes.
Damn
Hey,
right about
boys!
it.
And last but not least,
Where the white women at?
and last but not least, Trading Places versus Caddyshack. Caddyshack won on Twitter.
Caddyshack gonna fucking win.
Caddyshack won on Twitter. Trading Places won on Facebook. Trading Places wins by 59% of the votes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. 59%.
Marshmallow Man to prove.
What was
59.
the entire percentages on those? Because 59 is a huge freaking deficit.
So
It's a huge
it was
swing.
51 and 60. What's up? Done. Next.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just being indignant right now.
So
No,
Caddyshack
I'm pretty sure you're right though, because that.
No, Caddyshack won by 58% on Twitter. Facebook, Trading Places won by 76%.
Oof.
Okay, yeah, that's a huge.
That's a swing.
All right.
That's a big swing.
So we had the quarterfinals.
Damn it.
And we needed one more bye. And I don't like keep giving this top seed bye. So whoever the bottom part was is going to get the bye. So the Princess Bride got a bye for this. So the Princess Bride automatically goes to semifinals. So we have Airplane versus Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters wins by 64% of the votes.
Classics.
Wrong.
You are having way too much fun with that doll.
We have Monty Python.
It smells so good.
We have Monty Python, the Holy Grail, versus Trading Places.
Juggernauts.
Trading Places wins by 52% of the votes. Sorry.
I'm close.
I can't be mad.
Yeah.
American Pie versus Blazing Saddles.
American Pie shouldn't even be here. I'm sorry.
No.
There's some classics
Well,
up in here.
a couple rounds ago.
The sheriff is near.
Blazing Saddles wins by 71% of the votes.
No, the sheriff's
Should have
gone.
been a lot better.
So we are at the final four. Final four.
We need to watch
time.
that movie again.
I'm going to tell you the two matchups before I go into it. It's going to be Blazing Saddles versus Ghostbusters and Trading Places versus The Princess Bride. Just letting everybody know. So, Ghostbusters versus Blazing Saddles.
Oh.
Blazing Saddles wins by 52% of the
We're
votes.
done, buddy.
Should have been
We're
bigger.
done, buddy.
Mm.
Boy.
Should have been a lot bigger.
The Princess Bride versus Trading Places. Princess Bride wins by 58% of the vote.
See that one. I love the Princess Bride. I love the Princess Bride, but that should have been closer.
I mean,
Because they're both
58
really, really good movies.
I mean, 58 is close. I mean, I'm wrong. I
That's-
think that Train Places is a funnier movie, but
Yeah.
it's still, I mean, 58%. I mean, okay, so we get the finals, and this wild and actually funny show. This was a great show. So thank you all. So I'm gonna do what I do every single finals. I'm doing every single finals. I'm gonna ask you, who do you, what personally? Everybody knows who wins. So, but what personally do you think is a funnier or / better movie out of these two? I'm gonna go with Freddie first because I know what he's gonna say.
You have no idea what I'm going to say?
I know what you're gonna say. It's number 9, The Princess Bride, or number 14, Blazing Saddles.
14, Blazing Saddles.
Oh, really?
Really?
I
thought
love
you were gonna hold
this
up
movie.
for-
Yeah, I know. No, I love this movie. It's when you go to comedy for comedy. Okay, first of all, Princess Bride is a damn good movie. It has action, it has adventure, it has comedy, it has romance. The entire spiel going down there. It's a phenomenal movie, and it's one of those movies that I keep saying that certain movies are overrated. It's not exactly where it should be, but it's still more equivalent from where it actually should be as well. What people say it is. I know a lot of people don't like this movie because they just don't get the dry type of humor. I love this movie, but Blazing Saddles is in my personal opinion, Mel Brooks' best movie. Again, I get shit for that, but it's true. It would never, if you aired that thing on TV now, it would be 4 minutes long. And that would be the credits.
It'll be on TV tonight from 8 to 8:07.
Yeah, it's wildly inappropriate.
It is funny, beyond funny. And to be perfectly honest, I guarantee you in the next week, that will be on my television somewhere.
Okay,
For
Casey.
6.5 minutes.
So yeah, I love both movies. Love Princess Bride, but in my opinion, Mel Brooks is a comedy genius. I can't not pick Blazing Saddles, and I know what the result's going to be, but no, Blazing Saddles is just way, way, way funnier.
Harvey.
Give me Gene Wilder just about any time. Arguably one of the funniest people ever told. So funny. Even the outtakes, that stuff that does. I don't know if you guys seen outtakes that they've done with from that movie. Gene Wilder was so good. So good. So good. It had to be Blazing Saddles. No, Mel is the man. He is comedy at its finest.
Amanda.
So, have you guys seen Haunted Honeymoon with Gene Wilder?
Yes.
If you have not, you need to watch it. It's not a Mel Brooks movie, but it's in that same time and it's of the same genre. It's Gene Wilder,
It's Gene
Gilda
Wilder.
Radner.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gilda's
Gene
in
Wilder,
there.
enough said.
Oh,
Yes,
I'd
Gilda's
watch
in
it.
there.
Yeah.
I'd watch it for Gilda.
Right
Okay.
before Gilda died.
Oh,
It's
no.
a haunted house movie.
Okay.
So anyway, I agree with Freddie. Everything about The Princess Bride, it is like everything you want delivered in one package. I do agree that Blazing Saddles is the funnier movie.
Dwayne.
I tried to think back. The Princess Bride, one of my all-time favorites, directed by Rob Reiner, and I'm trying to think, what
The Goat.
is there a movie that Rob Reiner has done that I like more than The Princess Bride? And I honestly want to say that this is Rob Reiner's best offering throughout
Stand
his
by
career.
Me.
Like I think this is
Stand by Me.
Stand by Me.
I see, and I personally like The Princess Bride better than Stand by Me. I think it's Stand by Me is a great movie. Don't get me wrong, but
Sleepless in
I
Seattle.
do believe this is
Get the fuck up.
the
When Harry Met Sally.
right. But for me, Princess Bride is the best offering by Rob Reiner. I mean, but he also has a all-star list. I mean, of movies he's done. Comedy bracket. Which movie is funnier? Which movie makes you uncomfortable at times to laugh? Makes you feel like maybe I shouldn't laugh at this part,
All
but
the time.
but I'm still going to, because it's going to offend you, it's going to offend me, it's going to offend him, it's going to like nothing is sacred, and that's fair, and that's why it has to be Blazing Saddles. They use words that I refuse to say out loud in this movie, right? And you're like, ooh, that hurts my ears to, damn it. But then they make fun of the Jews too.
Mel Brooks makes fun of Jews in every movie because he's Jewish.
Right. And so it's like I can
right,
make fun of
wrong, or
Jews
indifferent.
because-
That's his shtick.
and that's part of the thing. Like, the Schwartz in
she doesn't look Jewish.
Right. And just the
Jews
whole thing.
in space.
The whole thing is on a level playing field. It's everybody is equal, and we're going to get made fun of equally. And I kind of dig that. And I think that's really why I love Blazing Saddles so much. It's Gene Simmons, only wilder.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love you for saying that.
Jesus.
But don't ever say that.
Don't
again.
say it again.
Don't say that shit again. That was good once.
Oh,
Really?
shit.
But never again.
For me, I think I might take American President just a little bit above Blazing Saddles. Is my favorite Rob Reiner.
Okay.
Just because I have a
American
thing for Aaron
President
Sorkin.
Yeah, one of my top 5 favorite movies, or at least top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's on me. First things first. If you vote, thank you for voting. Thank you so much for voting in this one. We pick on Facebook and Twitter somebody to get a poster of Blazing Saddles. And this was the poster. You can see it.
I do have to say, I called this final matchup. I'm going to live on that forever. I called it.
So
I have a
I called
movie
the
theater in
percentage.
my house. I, need
I was dead
posters.
on with that fucking percentage.
Oh, very cool.
So here's what we call heel Dre.
Bring it on.
Here's what we go heel Dre. Blazing Saddles is not even the funniest Mel Brooks movie to me. It's not. Spaceballs is funnier and Robert Hood Men in Tights is funnier.
I agree with Spaceballs.
I thought you were about to say freaking Young Frankenstein.
No.
I'd say because if I'm
Young
going
Frankenstein,
funny,
I think is probably his best film. Actually, that's I think the best.
Thinker, right?
Funny
thinker,
to me. Funny to me is Spaceballs and Robert Hood Men in Tights. Me personally. And I might be a little bit biased in Robert Hood Men in Tights because Dave Chappelle's my favorite comedian of all time. So, and he was hilarious in that damn movie.
Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln. I die every time.
So,
use the ladder, man.
Being said, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Hill Dre. I'm gonna go with the better movie to me. The better movie to me is Princess Bride. I am okay if it loses, but the better movie to me is Princess Bride. That movie I could watch and still laugh.
Comedy.
Right.
That movie I can watch and still laugh. I don't.
Blazing Saddles.
When I was younger, Blazing Saddles was hilarious. Now that I'm older, a little bit wiser, and I said a little bit, it loses some steam.
It has its offensive
I appreciate that.
Well, no, because I love offensive comedy as well, but it just that for some reason this movie loses steam. So I'm going to be the only lone person out and pick the Princess Bride. However, though, I did lose, and Blazing Saddles did win by 53% of the votes. So it was actually pretty close.
It was very close.
Here
Yeah.
today
All right.
for the Wizard of
Marriage.
Matrimony.
Marriage.
Marriage. Boo! Boo!
The Indian Brewer is one of my favorite characters.
Oh, God.
My Wi-Fi thing at home says, "I'm not a witch. I'm your Wi-Fi." I love this movie.
Say, I'm not a witch. I'm your wife. I say it all the time to my husband.
So we want to thank everyone for voting. Well, thank everybody for voting. I am going to just, like I'll do every bracket, I'm going to say what's coming up. Okay. So the very next show, as soon as it gets done, is Harvey's Denzel Washington movies bracket. We're almost done. It is in round 4, and which is I think it's the quarterfinals actually. And we got Man on Fire versus Glory. That's definitely going to happen. Then we got American Gangster and Malcolm X in that 4th round. We're waiting for Training Day versus He Got Game, and Remember the Titans versus Crimson Tide. All right. Other ones coming up. We're going to do horror movies right after that.
Mm-hmm.
Then hip hop songs, and then 2000 movies that came out in the 2000s, and then classic rock songs, and then rom-coms.
With that one.
And then rom-coms, and then sitcoms, sports movies, cartoons, action movies, video games, 80s songs, crime movies, Samuel L. Jackson movies, overall drama TV shows, Oscar movies, and then war movies. Now, I do want to say that you guys give us these ideas. We don't pick up the ideas, you give us these ideas. So thank you so much for doing that. And these are fun for me. These are fun for me personally to go to whatever website, get 104 of these, make people in the chat mad. Wow, this matchup and this here. That shit is good. That's good, cool to me. And then
one website. Don't let him lie to you. He's going to Rotten Tomatoes and he's pulling them down.
Well, not for music.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Not for music.
Well,
so I do have fun with these. Thank you for everything for the voting. We will be back soon for Denzel and horror movies. With that being said,
Yay, Travis!
Can
Yay,
I ask
Travis.
one question about future brackets before we go?
go ahead.
So, war movies.
Mhm.
Are we going to be able to choose from or will be included in any kind of miniseries?
No miniseries. I'm gonna try. No, I try to not do miniseries because I want
Alright.
to do miniseries themselves.
Band of Brothers and the Pacific will both
Yeah,
be disqualified, and they are two of the best ever.
Yes,
Band of
and
Brothers is
I actually think that Band of Brothers is on the not sitcom, but the drama TV shows actually.
Yeah, because that's a miniseries, and oh man, so good.
Maybe I should take Band of Brothers out then because I think about it. But Band
Yeah,
of Brothers
that was
is
a
on.
Spielberg miniseries. I used to have the DVD set.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one that I
It's
can
really
watch
good.
a million
So
times.
I might take Band of
Pacific
Brothers
is the
out
same way.
Yeah, you
of the
should.
drama TV shows. It's going against you, so I gotta find somebody else. All right, but anyway, I'm gonna call on you. Plug what you got. Harvey, you first.
Thank you.
Hmm?
Men of the Prize podcast, Love is Black podcast, Bracket Bastards podcast. Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I'm everywhere. Type in Harvey Laguerre, you will find me, and I'll talk about just about anything as long as it's not the man whose name shall not be mentioned because he sucks.
Will Smith.
Next, that guy. Nobody cares.
Steve Harvey.
Yeah, him too. He
He's
sucks
great.
ass.
Get
All right.
jiggy with it.
Freddie,
Uh-huh.
it's on you.
I am Freddie Fisher. You can find me at that on Facebook. While you're on Facebook, check out Bracketology. We do brackets too. We don't have multiple a day like Dre does on the Mass Debaters one, but we do 2 polls. Currently, we are doing Toon Villains, and Harry Potter actually ends Monday, I believe. The final 2 are Hermione and Sirius Black. And other than that, Bracket Bastards on Facebook. The S in Bastards is $. That's a story out there. Bracket Pod on Twitter. I am at Bastard Warned You About on Twitter, and You Can't Lick Me on Instagram. When you check out
Why?
Bracket Bastards, when you check out Bracket Bastard podcast, though, make sure to go back into the. There's an episode called "Doing It Big Willie Style" for our main man Harvey. Because there's this weird guy named Will Smith that Harvey just doesn't like. So you will find out why, and it's a good episode. And you know what? That is actually on the page on Bracketology. We're also starting one that I am not going to be sharing anywhere else besides the page, and it is movies that the Bracketology family chose, and they're done. They're not ranked. They're spotted in the bracket for like year they came out, which means like a 1976 movie is going against like a 1976 movie type thing. So there's not going to be any kind of recency bias, hopefully.
Nice.
Sweet.
Until later.
Okay, Amanda.
I host the Sipless podcast, and my little marshmallow friend here is just here for today, but he's sometimes cookies. I'm also co-host of An Evening at the Movies with Casey, and right now we are in the middle of Stephen King Birthday Bonanza Month, which is slowly coming to an end. So stay tuned for all things Stephen King related, and then October, all things Halloween or horror related. So we're everywhere on social media. If you look Sip List, and he'll tell you about the Evening at the Movies. But there you go.
And Casey.
Well, you kind of sort of stole my thunder on the Stephen King tournament.
Well, I
Just
tried
kidding.
not to.
Okay, well, I'll
Stay
go even
close
further
to
and say that this Sunday we are recording the championship reveal with Dre and Havandre.
Harvandre.
Harvandre.
We will be releasing that episode on this coming Wednesday, which is Mr. King's 75th birthday.
Awesome.
So we have that to look forward to. as well as next month we have Halloween Horror Fest all month long. So we will be talking an awful lot of horror movies and probably way too much, but we love horror movies, so there's that. But you can find us on social media all over the place. We encourage the listeners to get involved, and you can request movies, interact with us. It's fun. It's a good time. All of that. So definitely.
And Dwayne.
Masturbators. All the different flavors of masturbators. It sounds really weird when I say it like that.
I like strawberry.
Just
He likes
sound right.
He likes marshmallow.
Masturbators.
Okay.
It doesn't come out right. But we have a podcast, in case you didn't know.
I like
Is it coming
vanilla.
soon?
Where the white girls at?
Where are white women at?
Is the Masturbators podcast coming soon?
Hi, Andre.
Coming soon to a headphone near you.
All right, and we're done.